Batter up.
Can't reach. Too far away.
There you go, cowboy. Woo. Anything out of that at all? Or yeah.
Up in smoke.
Rock and roll. Notes need taken. So we're colding, I imagine?
Yeah, of course we are.
Excellent. Get all that Rocky Mountain water here. All right. You ready?
Ready.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's everybody?
Jesus. 3 sips into a Coors and we're what's everybody already? I love it.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
gonna. I think that's just gonna be my new intro. What's everybody?
I think it has to be, and it speaks volumes. What is everybody? What's everybody?
Everybody.
It's universal. It's deep.
What's everybody?
It's pompous. It's a drunken fuck up that wound up taking fire. I love it. All right, so
With further ado,
Chadwick Von Tippitt and Joshua 40 the Hard Way Lee Johnson.
so this month's episode is going to be on our road trip we took.
Yes, the road trip to the Sleep Show in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Yeah, we drove there.
Yep, we
and
drove.
Not only did we see a sleep, we saw a sleep twice in one day.
You damn straight, which was amazing. Sleep and are we just going to call the group Super Wolves? Then it was
Yeah, it's probably easier than trying to explain the breakdown of the 3 people that were in that
right.
band.
Billy, Bonnie Prince, and then Todd Sweeney, I think, were the 2 main people.
Yeah, Todd Sweeney.
We'll get to that. All in due time.
All in due time. Have a little patience.
Oh, God. Hey, resist the urge, all right?
Resist the urge.
This will make sense later. But, no,
Well, I was there, and it didn't even make sense, so...
in hindsight, it's starting to make more and more sense. But regardless, started from the start. Yep, we took the road trip, and we took the... Our chariot of choice was the 2014 Dodge Charger all-wheel drive that I have now officially named Ruby Ruby.
Ruby Ruby.
Ruby Ruby, like the first line of that AC/DC song go down. Ruby Ruby! You can't just say Ruby, it's Ruby Ruby.
Right.
So yes, Ruby Ruby. And I'm buzzing. Why?
Yeah, so that was quite the drive.
It was. We started off at what, like midnight?
11, midnight, something like that.
11:30 midnight Sunday morning into Monday morning. And drove straight through.
Like, hammered it straight through.
Absolutely. A lot of Nebraska, a lot of Colorado. In fact, an unexpected detour into the back roads of Colorado.
Well, let's slow our adventure down a little bit.
Slow it down. Was it even interesting up to that point?
I feel like our drive got pretty interesting in some spots.
It certainly did.
So, like, the first 8 hours of it.
Right.
Wait, when did the sun come up? Somewhere around 5 or 6.
Something to that effect.
God, where were we even? We were in Nebraska by then,
Yes.
probably.
Yep,
we didn't go through Kansas. We went straight up through
Nebraska and Colorado.
across.
And yeah, the
So
sun
nothing
would've been-
interesting happened until the sun came up. Pretty
Right.
much.
And oddly enough, that's when it got fascinating.
God, when did? I don't just like everywhere you stop is something fucking weird.
Well, yeah, it's isolation. Isolation breeds insanity.
Yeah.
Especially when you got one guy walking in there with a long purple hair and then the other guy with a beard like Gandalf. What the fuck is with these two? Oh, yeah. You know that was the highlight of their day wherever we stopped.
Oh, I'm sure.
But
We could have been bigger asses. I don't think we were at all, but
no, because we know our boundaries. You don't fuck up in a redneck town, man. Are you kidding me? We don't like your kind, boy.
yeah, I've seen Easy Rider.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I wasn't wearing no football helmet though, so
No, nor was I. No, you just keep your head down, mouth shut. Yep, thank you very much. Goodbye. That's about the
I
extent of it.
can't remember when during our trip this was, but do you remember like we went to this truck stop? Maybe it was like I don't know.
Was that the Gummo one?
No, that was not the Gummo one.
All right. Because that was on the way back.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know I can't remember if it was on the way there or not, but it was like a Flying J or something, right?
Okay.
So they like served food.
Sure.
You know, they tucked those bathrooms like in the back.
Yes.
It was a truck stop, but it didn't have the showers. So it was like, just like
rest stop.
a rest stop. I don't know. that doesn't fucking matter.
Regardless.
Yeah. Regardless. So I got to the bathroom first, and I was going in. And as I was going in, you were behind me.
Right.
Obviously, you had to wait because it was a one-person bathroom.
Right.
And there's like this older lady and this black woman working at the food counter. Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
And that fucking redneck guy. This redneck guy must have.
Oh, that one! Yes!
Must have walked up. He was walking up as I was going in the bathroom.
If it weren't for what the fuck, God, it was something about the wall or whatever the hell. I'm pretty sure he started talking about the wall.
Yeah, and I caught like, he was like, they got you in here working like a Mexican.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Or some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck part of the country are we in?
Yeah, that was Nebraska at about 9 in the morning. Because I think it was right before we hit Colorado. But yeah, even I'm listening to this going, shut your mouth, Josh. Just shut your fucking mouth.
No shit. So that's what I heard as I was going in. And I guess I never even asked you what the rest of that conversation was. And like the look of dismay on that black lady's face.
Yeah, it's like I am paid to listen to this and I hate my life right now.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I expected her to say something to the guy, but she just kind of stomached it.
Yeah, and I know as I was walking past, I just kind of made eye contact with her, just sort of gave her the knowing nod of, yep, I'm not him.
Yeah, this fucking redneck.
Right. And
Jesus.
I'm just thinking, God, I've been up for about 24 hours at that point, fucking highly caffeinated, thinking, God, there's a smart-ass remark just waiting to come out, and I should probably not do it.
So, speaking of rednecks early in the morning in the gas station, this has nothing to do with our trip, but my personal experience at a gas station about 12 blocks from where we're sitting.
Oh, okay.
So I stopped there one morning before work.
All right.
To grab something to eat.
As you do.
So this is before 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And I think it's a Saturday even.
Oh.
Maybe it was a Monday. They all blend together when you work 7 of them in a row. But
I'm not kidding.
There's this guy in there ahead of me in line, and I don't know if he was drunk or like fucked up on something this early in the morning. But the only thing he had in his hand to buy was a tall boy of Bud Light.
At 6 in the morning?
At 6, well, or about 6:30 in the morning.
Jeez. Unless you're working night shift, like third shift graveyard. That's not a good sign.
I don't think you're not even off work yet. At graveyard.
It all depends. I worked a graveyard where I was off at 6.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe. But he also he needed a pack of smokes.
As you do.
And scratchers.
Oh, okay, the scratchers. That's kind of where you get the downtrodden end of it.
Yeah.
6 in the morning, have a tall boy and a pack of smokes and some scratchers.
Yep.
That's a snapshot for you.
Oh, man. And, like...
The snapshot of our economy anymore, Chad.
Like, how much more redneck can you get? I mean, like, fucking 6:30 in the morning, getting your one single tall boy of Bud Light.
Yeah, that's...
Now, we're not talking like those big fucking... just a regular tall boy.
16 out, you pint.
Yeah, your pint. Just a pint.
The talls they spoke of in the Stone Age.
Oh, the talls.
Well, you had to have something for the drive home, I guess.
That's what kind of boggled my mind that whole time I was driving to work after that.
What did I just watch?
Like, yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Which, yeah, speaking of what the fuck is going on, back to road trips. So, all right, so we plowed through, and at one point GPS led us, not down gravel roads, but dirt roads.
It wasn't the GPS. It was me.
Oh, this was your fault.
Yeah, I got us. Well, I wouldn't say lost, because I knew we were going in the right direction.
I feel like you're lost!
Yeah, definitely. So, you know how sometimes the interstate's like got the business route?
Yes.
I think I took the business route and then realized I took the business route, and I was like, well, I need to be going this direction. I'll just turn on this road to try to head it off, and instead of backtracking. And
that was a good half hour, 40-minute detour.
Well, it seemed like an eternity.
It did. And that's where we played a game called, what was it, Meth Lab or Sex Dungeon?
I think it was just called Sex Dungeon.
Well, that's what we decided they all were. But no, every time we saw a house...
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like we're talking a good 10-mile stretch between civilizations.
Sex dungeons.
And that's where we decide, okay, is this a meth lab or a sex dungeon? And you had to, I mean, this was a more nuanced game than you're making it sound, Chad.
I know.
You had to look at what did the property look like?
The condition of the property.
Any junked vehicles in there.
All right. Anything that looks awkward, out of place.
And how new were the obviously drivable vehicles.
Right.
Now, the newer ones, sex dungeon, all the way. Because only somebody with a lot of money is going to buy a house out in the middle of fucking nowhere for nefarious purposes, unless it's a sex dungeon. Now, the rundown vehicles, the dead cars, meth lab. Easy.
Now you're making it sound easier than it is.
Well, it's easy when you explain it.
Yeah, that was a fun game. We also saw the Little House on the Prairie.
We did. That's right.
I've looked this up since.
Okay, was it the real deal?
I cannot find an exact, but it does have a Google Maps listing for the Little House on the Prairie.
Really?
I'm gonna guess it was probably like some kind of dairy farm. Do they have dairy cows over there? Sex farm? Working on a sex farm.
They're just trying to raise some hard love. All right, cut them a break. But I don't know if they have dairy cows in Colorado. I didn't even know they had much of anything in Colorado.
Not after a certain point.
No, there's a lot of flat land. And,
we drove flat land all the way to the base of a mountain.
Right. Right for sex dungeons, because what the hell else do you do with the land out there?
Well, I think we saw a saddle ranch.
That's right, the saddle ranch.
Something like that.
Yep, the places where I prayed to God the car wouldn't break down.
Right.
Yeah, things like that. But no,
Saddle Ranch is probably where you buy your sex dungeon.
Well, yeah,
apparatus.
Saddle, quote unquote saddle.
Right.
You're a cowboy. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that was fun. So eventually we got to Colorado Springs. You got to our Airbnb, and the first thing you smell, what was it, Chad?
Reefer.
A lot of it. My God, if it were Iowa, it would have been a skunk farm. It's like, Jesus, is this all they do out here? This is great.
It's amazing.
And then we found out that it wasn't that amazing. In Colorado Springs, it'll dismay the listeners, all three of you, to know that there were no notes taken at this show. Now, how was that possible at a sleep show? Medicinal town.
Yep, Medicinal County. You have to have your green card.
Yep, unless you had the green card, you weren't getting any notes.
Well, I mean, that didn't stop any concert goers.
No, but these are people who know where to go. We're out-of-towners.
Right.
Yeah, what do you do about that? Why? You go to a bar and have drunken karaoke your first night there.
Oh, yeah, that's what we did.
Yep. Yep. This is, and I don't remember whose idea it was. It probably a mutual, hey, let's go to the one bar that's 2 minutes away.
Well, see, so when I selected our Airbnb, I thought logistically, because one, I'm not fucking driving all over this gigantic-ass town, city, metropolitan area.
No, hell no.
So I chose an Airbnb that was walking distance to a gas station, a bar, and the venue.
Yep, and score on all three counts.
Oh, and a pizza place.
Oh, that's right.
So night number one, what do you do when you don't want to drive because you've been on the road for fucking 12 and a half hours?
Why, you walk to the bar.
You walk to the bar that is strategically 27 and a half feet from where our ass was sitting.
That's correct. So we walked to said bar, in a perfect small town type of bar, even though it's not a small town, small area. What were there, 3 people in there?
Seemed like it. Bartender lady that probably worked for the bar, and that dude.
That's right.
That dude, I love that. That just narrows it down. You know, that guy.
Oh yeah, the guy. He was he the one that did Eminem and actually did it really well?
Yeah,
him.
That guy.
Yeah, and he didn't look like somebody who was going to do Eminem all that well. But like, I'm just going. I'm not even a rap fan, nor am I an Eminem fan. But he's like kicking it out. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah, like it was good for karaoke.
And speaking of kicking it out karaoke, Chad.
Wait.
What?
Just shh.
Oh, you got to tee this up?
No, I don't know. I can't remember what I was going to say. Drinks were flowing for a while.
Okay, that is a good start.
Drinks were flowing for a while. We don't want to just be like, yeah, we showed up and there was karaoke.
No, we got into the tequila.
Oh, yeah.
Heavily.
Thought we only had a shot or so of that.
There were at least a couple of shots. There were multiple shots, at least two, but they were
the
fucking doubles.
The Coors Banquet and the bottles were going down real fast.
Yep. You were, what, 3-1-ing me?
I don't know.
It was ridiculous. Like, about the time even I'm getting, oh, God, maybe we're just going to, hey, I got another round. Like, what? Great. So what do you do when you get tanked up out of town? You do karaoke.
Yeah.
And you talk Chad into doing karaoke.
Yep.
And Chad kicked the shit out of me in karaoke. Chadwick Von Tippitt is a fucking Alice in Chains badass. Period.
Yeah, it only took God knows how much alcohol.
Yeah, but you still kicked the shit out of it.
Well, see, I figured when in Rome, you might as well. I mean,
yeah. Why not?
We're at a strange hole-in-the-wall bar.
Yep. So, yeah, him and I duetted on Wood. And that's when I was like, God, do you ever just feel inadequate? I'm like, holy shit, I don't know if it was the thin mountain air or what, but I couldn't sing a goddamn thing in that bar. Like, it's like, I thank God nobody was recording this. It was fucking embarrassing. It was just awful. But you had to laugh because you're out of town and who the hell's going to see it, you know? Besides Chad.
Right.
Who kicked my ass in karaoke. Rock and roll badass, Chad, you are. Cheers.
Right. And then you did another song.
Yeah, the two I did Free, Fire, and Water, and then I did Thin Lizzy Cowboy song. And that was the one that really pissed me off because it's like, okay, I could see maybe not hitting Paul Rogers, but I couldn't even do the Thin Lizzy one. Just like, there was no vocal control at all. It was terrible.
Some of the other patrons did pretty good at what they were doing.
They did.
There was some chick that sang Danzig. Remember that?
Oh, right. Yep. It wasn't Mother, was it?
Yeah.
Was it Mother?
Yeah.
Okay. No, there was so that part of it was entertaining, but either way, yeah, we got good and roundly tanked. And then
I recall while you were singing one of your probably the first song. No, well, I don't know. Remember that chick and that other guy they were talking to me while you were up there.
Oh, okay.
And the chick was a tattoo artist.
Oh, her, right? Okay, that's right.
But then, well, before we were getting nice and knackered, pissed up, schnockered,
intoxicated.
That guy that sang the Eminem, he also did another song that feeling good or whatever. It wasn't
feeling good.
God, it's like the background song when you see like the Showtime commercial or the HBO commercial that was playing like all the shows that are on HBO right now for the advertisement for getting HBO Plus or whatever they call it.
For whatever reason, I'm not recalling.
I couldn't even tell you what the song is named, but I knew it from a fucking commercial.
Well, as you
Well, he sang it, and then when he was done, he came over to talk to us and was like talking about how his girlfriend left him or something.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He also installed like solar panels or something.
I didn't catch the solar panels, but I caught the bit about the girl leaving.
I don't know. Math tutor, solar panels, something like that. I don't know.
Well, either way, it was an interesting, eclectic group of people that we drank with that night.
Yeah, we got to keep in mind, this was a Monday night.
Yeah, Monday. And no, that's fine. We had fun for a Monday. But, yeah, so Tuesday, wake up, blatantly fucking hungover. Getting the time zones correct, and then...
Well, yeah, by this point, I had already been up with the Rocky Mountain shits.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountain, that mountain water rocked Chadwick.
Oh, my God.
I'm told.
Yeah, it was not a good deal.
Oh, okay, I was drunk enough to sleep
Cheap
through
beer,
all that.
cheap beers.
Enjoy your Coors.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck it. And we are. Delicious. But, no, so the next day, blatantly hungover. Finally, everybody gets their bearings together. And got to give a shout out to our good friend and host, Mr. Doug Pishak. Hey, the guy's a rock star, okay? First day there is like, hey, you guys want pizza? Fucking right we do. We're starving. You know, but, no, he took us vinyl shopping.
Oh, yeah.
That afternoon.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I forgot about all my vinyl scores.
Yeah, so yeah, enlighten the good people. What did you cop this
I got
that round?
Couple of COC records.
That's right. Wise Blood and then no, it's Deliverance.
Yeah, Deliverance and
then Blind.
Blind.
Right.
Yeah.
What else did you cop there? Or was that it?
Oh, that was at the show.
Well, not
the other vinyl I got was at the show.
Oh yeah, and the other vinyl you got was
the special edition sleep vinyl. Live in New York. It has Snake Plissken on it wearing a Sleep t-shirt or a Sabbath t-shirt.
And how much did that concert only vinyl cost?
$70.
$70.
And then, not even 2 days later, I saw a copy on eBay for like $400.
What sleep fan has $400 to pay for that?
Oh, well.
The ones that travel from Florida who live in their mom's basement?
In Texas, yeah.
Right. Was he from Texas?
He's fucking, that guy mentioned 2 different states when he was talking.
Okay, so, and we'll get to fanboy here.
Yeah, rich fanboys. So,
okay,
of course, enough. I want to listen to it, so I opened it up and took a look at it, and it's a green and white vinyl.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And it has, there's no labels on it, no side A or B. It's just a blank fucking vinyl.
So basically you get to guess then from the grooves.
But if you hold it a certain way, you can see there's something etched around the inside etching? Where the label would be.
Oh, what's the etching say?
And it was like, I can't remember. It was in memory of somebody. Sleep's sound guy.
That's right, okay.
John something.
Okay, right on. Now, what vinyl did I cop? Oh, I only bought like 3. I'm in this total wonderland, and I've got to narrow it down. But one of the vinyls I bought was a copy of Nevermind for my stepson, Lance. How you doing, Lancer? Hope you enjoyed it. But the 2 I guess I got for myself were, one of them was, and both of these you and Doug found. Like, I didn't find either one of these. You found the Free Live album.
Oh, yeah.
That I didn't even know existed. But yeah, the band Free, Paul Rogers, come on. I had to get that. And then the other one that I finally got a hold of was the Black Sabbath Technical Ecstasy 5LP box set. And I have in the last month listened to every single vinyl.
I'm sure that's all you've been listening to.
Well, yes and no, believe it. Okay, God, here's my moment of, well, if I was anybody else, it'd be shame, but no. What other vinyl have I copped? No, contrary to what is a justifiable guess, it's not just that album I've been listening to, or that box set, rather. Bought another vinyl last month, Billy Joel, The Stranger.
Does that got Piano Man on it?
No, that's the Piano Man album. Oh. No, The Stranger is Moving Out, Just the Way You Are, all the schmaltzy shit. All right, good stuff.
So anybody who doesn't know, Billy Joel had more than one song.
Yep, and a lot more of them, and a lot of them are on the Stranger album. No, Only the Good Die Young, that thing, that's on that album. But no, I bought that because I'd had a good afternoon hanging out with my wife, or whatever. So only when you're in a good mood with whoever you're supposed to be getting along with can you listen to Billy Joel. If you are fighting with your significant other, you ain't listening to fucking Billy Joel. You don't want to hear Just the Way You Are at all. Don't go changing. Fuck you. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. She's always a woman to me, a fucking moron. Yeah. No, so I bought that when I was in a particularly good mood. And I'll say, even though it's not on brand for this podcast, what a great collection of songs. And that's when I also figured out that I am officially middle-aged. 40 the hard way indeed. I was talking to my friend Janice about this. Hey, Janice. I'll say, she asked me how my weekend was going or whatever. It was a Friday night. I said, well, here's my Friday night for you. I'm 42 years old. The highlight of my night is going to be watching Bill Maher, and I just bought a Billy Joel album. Could this be any more middle-aged than what I just told you?
well, you don't own a Prius. So.
No, I do not.
There's that.
Okay, you're not wrong. There is that. And I watch Bill Maher when I take copious notes. There's always that. But yeah, fuck. I was like, oh God, what are my plans? Let's see. I'm watching a fucking political talk show. I just bought a Billy Joel album, and I'm not leaving the house. 40 the fucking hard way in.
I'm in for the night.
Yeah, your party time used to be, okay, your wife and your kids going to bed. All right, great. I get to get tanked up and watch fucking Rambo or whatever. No, it's like I wait for the girls to go to bed so I can watch Bill Maher and not be bothered. Middle fucking age. Love my girls, love my family, but yeah, that's my party time. I want to watch Bill Maher Uninterrupted. God damn it. Is that too much to ask?
You like Van Halen 3 now?
No. I have that redemption. No, that album makes even less sense to me.
You're not there yet. Not to the middle age yet. You gotta start liking Van Halen.
Drinking milk, driving a Nissan, and wanting to form a meaningful relationship.
Yeah, but the milk gives your makes your stomach turn a little bit. So
yeah, it can, depends on what you mix with it.
need your antacids with your milk and your Van Halen 3.
Hey, I don't care whether I'm old or young. I still pop 4 Excedrins before going to bed if I have a bit too much to drink. Hangovers you don't get over like you did when you were in your 20s. Oh, fuck, I'm hungover. I think I might still be drunk. Fuck it, go to work. Not 40. Oh, God, I think that 4th cocktail was a mistake. Maybe I could sleep until 8. An entire priority change.
Sleep until 8.
But, all right, back to, okay, so we vinyl shopped, and we just gave our inventory of that, and that, talk a bit more about the Sabbath box set.
So we went to 2 different record. We went to 2 record stores.
Yes, we did.
One of them was like reminded me of the of like Media Play.
Yes, it was ridiculous. I had to get out of there.
It probably was an old Media Play or something.
Whatever it was just too much.
Yeah,
way too much.
But they didn't really focus on vinyl records,
and that was the problem I had with it.
They had the like the Goodwill vinyl records, you know.
They did.
When you go and you get like Perry Como's White Christmas.
Or the Firestone Christmas album.
Or the Muppets Christmas album.
Hey, dude, I would love the Muppets Christmas album. But anyway, so that was the first one.
Then we went to the much cooler fucking record store.
Which was all vinyl, head shop, and porno.
Yeah. Yep, it was pretty awesome. Smelled like incense, reminded me of the old city sound.
Yes, yes.
You know, back when they used to sell cassette tapes.
Oh, Lord. Or they take trade-in CDs or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one where I copped my vinyl.
Right, I got one of mine there too.
But
yeah, they had all the vinyls separated by section, so that was cool. And,
yes.
There was the gas mask bong on the wall.
Yep. Yeah, just the selection of vinyl bands I'd never even heard of.
Just tons of them.
Yep, which that was also where I started feeling overwhelmed, to where I started at the A's, like, okay, Aerosmith, and then you start flipping through a little bit faster. It's like, okay, I got to centralize this to something.
Yeah.
And I never could until, hey, Josh, and points to the Black Sabbath box. I was like, that's what I wanted. Yeah, yeah, you know, that's one of those things that in their inventory, they ordered one copy of it. And it's like, we're never going to sell this. Nobody's going to be dumb enough to buy this. Oh, here's this asshole. The gamble paid off, Maria. I told you somebody was going to buy it. And somebody did.
Yeah. So it was like, it wasn't in with the other records. It was on the wall.
Yeah, it was on the wall next to the Paranoid one that, you know, they had 5 or 6 copies of that.
Right.
But no, that box set itself is... I will say it definitely outlines the fact that I love that we started this podcast with that album, because the more I listen to it, the more I realize why nobody likes it. It's not Black Sabbath, for one thing. It's
Black Sabbath sitting on a beach in Florida with all the cocaine they can consume.
Yeah, including the shit they had to clean out of the console.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's in the booklet that comes with that fucking thing. But yeah, just the more I listen to the album, I personally like it. But if I've got anybody coming over and like, hey, you want to listen to some albums? That is not the one I'm going to put on. That is my personal taste.
My favorite reaction is what your mom had to say about it.
Oh, right, yes. Hey, Denise. But, yeah, so I brought that album over to my mom's place, and I put it on there, and I'm just kind of, doing my thing in the kitchen or whatever, and she comes in, she goes, who's this singer? This sounds familiar. I said, well, Ma, this is Black Sabbath. That's Ozzy. And she just looks at me, and keep in mind, my mom graduated high school in 1975, so she clearly knows 70s music. Obviously, I'd never heard that album. But she looks...
who has?
Exactly. But no, she asked, well, who is this? This sounds familiar. I said, it's Black Sabbath, Mom. This is Ozzy. Well, this doesn't sound like Black Sabbath. I said, correct observation there, Ma. And yeah, that kind of sums the whole thing up.
That's what Black Sabbath sounds like on Cocaine and Sunshine.
And Tony Iommi producing it exclusively. In fact, that's even in that book when they do an interview with Ozzy or whatever. It's like, well, we really enjoyed it. Well, Tony enjoyed it. He made it. And it's not wrong. But no, I personally, I love it because I just do. But no, if somebody were to come over, it's like, hey, throw on some Sabbath. That is not the fucking album I would put on at all.
You're correct. So, in my younger years, I spent my grocery money my mom sent me on the black box, the CD box set.
That's a callback to our first podcast, man.
Yeah. So there's this. I used to work at that meat packing plant, and there was this dude that worked in the loading dock, and we'd always talk a little bit. Because he would always come up to me and ask me, "Hey, do you like this band?"
Right.
One of the bands was Soundgarden.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that's kind of out of character for an old dude like you.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Soundgarden was just so old school rooted. Probably the only singer on the planet that you could say were comparable to both Ozzy and Robert Plant.
Right.
And Soundgarden, of course, everyone, who do you compare them to? Well, the only band that ever combined Zeppelin and Sabbath. Effectively.
So we got to talking, and Black Sabbath came up, and I was like,
story after this.
So I told him, I have that box set. I'll make you a copy of the CDs or whatever.
Right on.
So I did, and he goes home, and he goes home and listens to all of them.
Sure.
And like a few days later, he ran into me again at work, and he's like, "Hey, thanks for making that." Like he always would thank me for making him that.
Well, of course.
Those CDs.
Right.
Like must have been his favorite band or something. But he goes, yeah,
oh God,
those Sabbath records kick ass, except for which one is it? I was like, Technical Ecstasy.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, I don't like that one.
That's fun.
As
soon as you started the story, it's like, I think I know where this is going, but I gotta hear it. And yep, I like them all except for Technical Ecstasy. How did you know? We know.
We know.
But no, speaking of people that don't know things, for whatever reason, you saying Sabbath comes on reminded me of a funny story one of my brothers told me about working in the factory that I work in now. He worked in several years ago. And he was one of the younger kids there, and you're working with the old-timers that I guess I kind of am now. These grizzled fuckers that this is our job, this is what we do, and our only pleasure is the radio. So the radio was playing at this place, and it was the local classic rock station, and a Freebird comes on. Now, you know how Freebird starts out that one chord, and then the organ is just churchy, very majestic sounding. Well, anyway, the first couple of notes of Freebird come on, and my brother's kind of like, okay, I like this. And then this old grizzled fucker, probably my age, looks up to the sky, clenches his fist, and goes, "All right, Judas Priest!" My brother told me that story, and I laughed just like we did. I said, how did you react to that? He's like, I don't even remember what he said. He did, if he corrected him or if he just didn't say anything.
You don't correct a dude like that.
No, you just
let him do it.
Let it go.
You just let it happen. All right,
Judas Priest. But no, to this day, if I fucking hear Freebird come on the radio,
play some Judas Priest.
Every couple of years, I'll have to text my brother. All right, Judas Priest just came on. He's like, Freebird, right? Yep. All right, Judas Priest. Oh, God.
That's awesome.
There you go, Brandon. That's your contribution to the podcast for today. Oh, God. And the worst part is I can't even hear Judas Priest anymore without thinking of that. Fucking Living After Midnight comes on the radio, and my wife's looking at me like I'm out of my mind. All right, Judas Priest. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's Judas Priest. No, you don't understand. Well, what do you mean you wouldn't understand?
You wouldn't understand.
Just laugh and smile and move on. Where the fuck were we?
We were talking about
vinyl shopping.
Vinyl shopping.
Yeah, so that was fun.
At the sleep show.
All right, so we get done vinyl shopping, go back, collect ourselves, and walk to the sleep show. And the first one was the afternoon show. What, about 4 or 5?
Yeah, it said doors at 4.
Okay, so we'll say 5 o'clock. But about 4 o'clock, we're waiting in line, and the line's not obscenely long, but it's long enough that we're not right outside the building.
We weren't moving too quick.
No.
I think it took us about a half an hour that time to get inside.
It did, and we'll elaborate on that in a second.
Oh, boy.
Backpack idiot. But, no, so we're standing there in line, and, it's a nice day out. It's gorgeous, Everyone's just kind of milling around doing the thing, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I hear Chad's unmistakable voice ask a very poignant question.
Is that fucking Matt Pike?
Sure enough, I look up and there's Matt Pike, probably about 3 inches from me, just walks right by.
Well, the crazy thing about it is we're not like real close to the doors at this point.
No.
We were like a building away.
Yep, and conveniently very close to a bar next door.
Yeah.
Which is where we think Matt Pike was going.
Yep, nobody else was bothering the guy, so I was like, we'll just give him the nod.
And we all just had that reaction.
Every person in that line that we could see.
Yeah.
Just let him go about his business.
Yep, because I could tell you my inner monologue was as soon as you said,
holy, is that fucking Matt Pike?
I looked up and sure enough, my mind's going, that's fucking Matt Pike. And I thought, do I say something? Do I say, hey, Matt? Do I try to get a picture? Do I shake his hand? Do I do anything? And then immediately just went to, no.
Nope. Just be cool.
Because, number one, that's obnoxious. Number two, you're 42 years old acting this obnoxious. And number three, you're going to start a chain fucking reaction. That guy is never going to get where he's going. And he wouldn't have.
Yep. So
we all left him alone.
We did. We made eye contact. We gave the nod. We know who you are, obviously, because I shouted your name.
Kind of the rock on. Sort of. But I will say this, though. I didn't draw attention to him or anything like that, but I did call my kid immediately after it happened. She's 12 years old, Antoinette Versailles. Called her. Said, hi, Dad. I said, hey, Annie, guess what? What? Now, keep in mind, I'm talking about a 12-year-old girl who lives in Clear Lake, Iowa. She knows who Matt Pike is. How fucking cool is that? I said, hey, sweetie, you're never going to guess who I saw. Who? I saw Matt Pike. What? I said, yeah, he walked right next to me. He really? Really? I said, yeah, sweetie. And then she says, what do you look like? I said, well, he looked like Matt Pike. Long hair, sideburns, but he was wearing a shirt. Oh.
See?
Bye.
Right there. wearing the shirt. He was fucking camouflaged.
Incognito.
Because nobody noticed because he wasn't fucking half naked.
Right. But yeah, I was what do you look like? Well, looked like Matt Pike. Long hair, sideburns, but he was wearing a shirt.
He was not sweaty or shirtless.
Or looking utterly lost.
Right.
No, he was on a mission.
He was probably on his way to score some South American drug spliff doobies.
I don't know, but whatever they got into well into the second set. But, okay, so that was our kind of moment of glory was Matt Pike walked by us.
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Pre-show hype.
Yep.
Worth the struggle.
Yep, and worth a phone call to my kid, who I can say now for all people listening, my kid's cooler than your kid. She knows who the fuck Matt Pike is. Can your daughter say that? I doubt it.
So,
moving on.
The rest of our journey into the building.
Oh, God, and this is where we encountered Fanboy.
Backpack man.
I'm calling him Fanboy.
Backpack lad.
Backpack fan.
So, we didn't realize... We saw him getting searched on our way in because they gave us the old metal detector wand and whatnot.
And he's wearing a backpack.
This dude's wearing a backpack, getting cavity searched.
At first, they weren't going to let him take it in.
Yeah.
They said, you can't take that in. And he gives them this, well, I brought it for T-shirts and stuff. And somehow they were like, oh, okay.
Well, he also said, this is everything I have.
Oh, that's right. The everything I have.
This is everything I have.
About that.
I don't have anywhere to put it. This is everything I have. So,
that's a pretty vague statement, but man, it's powerful if you're feeling any sympathy.
I'm pretty sure the security guy was like, what the fuck ever? Let's just search this bag and
get
send
him
your
the fuck
ass
out
of
of
here.
If he shoots the place up, fuck it. It'll make the news like every other shooting.
So little did we know.
Oh, God.
So the merch line, I'm pretty sure we were just in the merch line.
Right.
Prior to walking into the place.
Oh, yeah. That's the first place we went. How's the merch line look? All the way back there. Let's go.
All the way out the door and around the building.
It was almost longer than the line to get in. And slower moving, of course.
So, of course, we had to get our
merch.
Our mementos.
Yep. And I got a shirt that I'm wearing right now. Why don't you describe for the people what the hell's on this?
Oh, that's the Lungsman.
Yes, the Longsman from the
druid. The druid wearing a gas mask that's connected to a tank, which is probably filled with marijuana smoke.
I would imagine, preceding the Weedian. But yeah, it's got the sleep logo in green 70s writing.
I think it glows in the dark also.
I've not tested this one yet, but no, there's everything on this tapestry behind the Weedian, if you will.
There's a rattlesnake.
Tony
Iommi's face.
Yes, Tony Iommi's face, which my stepson, when he saw this shirt, that was the first thing he said. Is that Tony Iommi?
There's a skull growing mushrooms. There's a giant Canadian maple leaf.
Yes, Canadian maple leaf, which is... oh, God. So they had all this merch there, and another thing about my kid is she wears hoodies exclusively. And this is the greatest thing about the singer Billie Eilish. Good-looking woman who wears nothing but baggy fucking clothing so you can't tell how shapely she is. That's my kid's idol. I support this to the utmost. Wear baggy pants. Wear fucking hoodies everywhere. So I say that all because I was looking like, yeah, maybe I'll get my kid a hoodie. And then I looked at the design on the back, and it's the same thing as the shirt I'm wearing. So I texted her mother. I said, I'm thinking about getting Annie a sleep hoodie. And she just said, forget it.
Absolutely not.
Fucking vetoed it outright. And then I thought in hindsight, okay, where the hell is she going to wear this damn thing?
Yeah, not to school.
I did get her a shirt, though.
Yeah.
It was the one, what the hell was on that shirt?
It was like the Rip Van Winkle in the chair with the book or something.
Guy sitting in a chair with the word sleep written on the bottom, but you have to look real close to see that Canadian maple leaf in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, well, sweetie, just don't wear it to school, all right? So there's that.
Canadian maple leaf.
Canadian maple leaf. Well, actually, that's friend Janice. So I was telling her about the hoodie. She says, well, why don't you just buy it and send it to me? I'll sew a Canadian maple leaf on top of it. I said, that would be worse. She's like, how could that be worse? I said, I have an ex from Canada. My wife hates Canada. Oh, well, don't buy it. Way ahead of you. Vetoed outright. So that was our trip to the merch table, and that's where we got.
It was a little more involved in that because
of Fanboy.
Superfan happened to.
I was just
be right behind us.
I was just gonna get to him.
Yeah,
but I'll let you. Stole the thunder. Go ahead.
No. So this is important to get an idea of Super Fanboy here.
Okay.
So I was trying not to give this guy the attention he was seeking.
In other words, avoid eye contact.
Yeah. But it was kind of hard not to engage him.
A little bit.
In conversation.
Well, you're stuck there in a line and you won't shut up.
A line that would not fucking move. It was just crazy how slow this merch line moved. But
it was the line to see Santa in the movie The Christmas Story. And Fanboy was the one with the goggles saying, I like the Wizard of Oz. I like the Tin Man. Yeah. And we're all just going, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was like that. The guy wondered why. You walk in and you can see the stage.
Yep.
You can see what's on the stage and all the gear and whatnot.
Pretty small club.
So.
Intimate gathering.
Like you can see. Yes, it was a very intimate gathering. So, you can see the amplifiers on stage.
Right.
And right away, Fanboy got me engaged in conversation with him.
Oh, no.
Because he was like.
Found your weakness.
Yeah, fucking guitar gear is my weakness. Gear, just musical instruments and stuff is my weakness. Because he goes, I don't know if he was talking to us, but it fucking found ears. And he goes, I wonder why he stopped playing his 6 orange stacks, orange amplifiers.
Yeah.
And I turn around and I look at the guy and I'm like,
shit.
Because we're in a fucking room that holds 200 people.
Yeah, I heard that conversation. Because,
dude, that would just rip the roof off of this place.
And see, here's the difference between Fanboy and an idiot like me. An idiot like me was also kind of thinking, where's the orange amps? But I was self-aware enough to not ask that question out loud.
Where are the orange amps?
Because I didn't want the answer of, you moron, why do you think? Because you would say that to me. Why do you think? Whereas Fanboy, it's almost like you knew, be nice.
Still.
There was a weird pity he got out of me.
I'm like, it just seemed weird that he was talking about the gear.
Because I don't think he knows what the gear is. He just knows what he saw in a picture.
Yeah, so I had to tell him about the brand of amplifier that Matt Pike was using.
And that guy, because I heard that conversation, I'm like, oh, fuck, he's stuck because he got his weakness.
Yeah. But it didn't just end there. I tried to just turn around and talk to you and Doug.
No, it ended with a bad pun.
Yeah, then we all look at him.
And he says, I'll see myself out.
I'll see myself out. So he got a laugh out of us.
Which he did, because, like, okay, his one moment of self-awareness. Probably because he saw the blank look on every one of our faces, like, no. I wish I could remember what the fucking quip was. It was probably something about... It was something about dope smoker. I can't remember what, though.
It was something about... He used sleep as a pun.
Yes.
And I don't know.
I don't remember either, but we all just looked at him like...
What the fuck, man?
I'll see myself out. Okay, good.
So,
please do.
We had to learn his backstory briefly. How he lived in Florida.
Right.
And, like... I don't know. There was something about he has a Texas driver's license.
Oh, yes, because how he avoided paying taxes or some shit.
Yeah, some kind of tax evasion this guy was trying to fill us in on.
Yeah, you're busted, fanboy.
This fanboy, he strikes me as the type that would like find this podcast because it mentions sleep.
Yeah, and
he's like scours the internet for anything sleep related.
Oh, perfect, because he's going to be the next mass shooter, and guess who his first two victims are going to be?
Well, not me.
Not you. You have firepower.
I don't live in Texas or Florida.
and quite frankly, nobody knows where I live right now, so it's all good.
I'm off the grid. God damn it!
You fucking right, I am, and there's nothing wrong with that. I still pay taxes, so fuck you, tax evader.
So we get closer to the merch table, right?
Yeah. An hour later.
Yeah, like an hour later, we get closer to this merch table.
Jesus, Doug got us drinks while we were waiting. Yeah. Thanks for the Heineken, by the way. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we needed a drink after the merch line. So we're getting there, and we're about like 3 or 4 people away from the table.
Right.
And I only had one person working it.
That poor lady.
Yeah, that poor lady, but she was wearing a sleep spacesuit.
Hey, I tipped her well, okay?
Well, I also tipped her well.
But that's right, she was wearing the sleep spacesuit.
Yeah, which is the best piece of merchandise I've ever seen.
Fuck yes! It's brilliant.
So anyway, we're about 4 people away, and fucking Captain Fanboy runs up to the table to kind of see what they have.
And he didn't know. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm not going to blow this.
This is the best.
Now, keep in mind, he's wearing a shirt that says Sleep Dope Smoker on it.
Dope Smoker, like, album cover that most people see.
And the most commonly thing associated with sleep is fucking pot, right?
Right.
And everything that you need preceding the weedian and all that shit.
Drop out of life with bong in hand. Come on. So,
going on.
on the table, they have the Sleep Dope Smoker album cover, and it's a tray.
Yep.
And it has what looks like a pepper shaker.
But that is, in fact, a grinder.
And this fanboy is looking at it, and he goes, "Oh, what's this?" And the merch lady stops what she's doing and goes, "That's a weed grinder."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh," and then puts it down like he got caught looking at a dildo or something.
Oh, Lord.
What's this? And that's a vibrator. Oh.
And that was the point where I think I nudged you. I said, he's never smoked a fucking bowl in his life.
Never, not once, never. But well, then he went on to tell us that he was a sleep fan, but never smoked weed or anything.
That's right. He flat out confessed it.
Well,
because he didn't have a choice.
Merch lady outed him.
Yeah, pretty much. As though he had no choice but to. Well, yeah.
I'm a fan, but I don't smoke weed.
And part of me really has to salute the hell out of that because, you know, in that way it means he is in it for the music, and that's good, you know.
I think that's what he said, too. That was his rationale.
But
well, I'm a true fan because I'm in it for the music and not just for the smoking weed aspect.
Right. But at the same time, Scott, you should be a little more aware of what their pursuits are and what the fuck they're singing about if you're such a true fan.
Right. But during our very long stay in that line is when I learned about that vinyl.
Right.
Because I saw people, so they were limited numbered for those 3 shows.
That's right.
There was 420 of them pressed.
I can't imagine why that would be.
Oh, yeah. Well, ask Fanboy.
Speaking of Jesus Christ.
If it wasn't for Fanboy, I wouldn't have known that was a limited edition vinyl because he stopped a guy and was like, "Oh, what's on that vinyl?" Because he knew it was special edition. So, like, that's when I got to see the cover of it.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I gotta have that.
Well, the track listing alone looked really cool.
It was pretty much the show.
Well, I debated on it until I fucking saw the price tag and went, no.
Yeah.
I can't justify this.
Well, I could. Well, I could have. Doug picked it up for me.
Cheers, Doug.
As part of payment for the guitar pedals I made him.
Right. But yeah, so the merch table, we copped our merch and everything was great.
Oh, and then the opening band started.
Yes, and we're just going to, for the purposes of simplicity, call them Super Wolves.
Certainly not Rapey Randy.
Creepy Rodney. But no, fucking, so at this point, the opening band boards the stage or whatever the hell. And it's 2 guitar players and a singer. Now, the one guitar player to me looks like somebody who would spend his Saturdays working on the Mustang in the garage. And then maybe
not any Mustang, the Fox body Mustang.
Correct.
The not cool body Mustang.
Right. And then firing up the grill afterwards, having a couple of Miller Lights, that kind of thing. Really nondescript denim jacket wearing, baseball cap wearing
Get the
guy.
sausages on the grill. You want a sausage?
It's like, yeah, burger, huh? Burger, hot dogs for the kids. But yeah, so that's what he looked like. The other guy looked like the most rocker looking of any of them if it were 1995,
Maybe even 1988.
Yeah, I could see that, College Town or whatever.
Yeah, he had like the
longish hair.
Yeah, longish hair. Like, he had a jean jacket. It wasn't leather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a dark blue jean jacket.
Oh, okay. And then,
see, it would have been even cooler if he had a leather jacket, but he was only like mid 80s cool.
Right, and then he was playing the bright red, lipstick red Fender Telecaster.
That guy? Oh, no, I'm talking about the other guy.
Oh, no, okay, now we're mixing up our guys.
Now we're mixing up our generic rock guys.
Right. No, fucking, all right, so anyway, 2 guitar players and then the singer. Let's just get to him. Because there's 2 chapters.
Well, I just want to say, if anybody who knows music, the 2 inches of hair away from a mullet, jean jacket wearing, Mustang working guitar player actually played in Zwan.
Okay. Yeah, Zwan, Billy Corgan's band. That's right. Okay, so then we get to the singer.
Oh, boy. This is
Billy Bonnie Prince. Why the Bonnie, I don't know.
No, his name, what's his?
I'm pretty sure it's Billy Bonnie Prince. Oh, fuck. Or Bonnie Billy Prince.
Bonnie Billy.
There's a Bonnie in there somewhere.
Prince Billy.
There's a Bonnie and a Prince. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
And we had to find all this out via Wikipedia, for Christ's sake.
So, in between shows.
Right.
We did this in between shows because it was so fucking bizarre.
Yep.
But anyway.
So the singer, he boards the stage. And he looks to me like, this is how I described him. He looks like the guy that is at middle age, he's got his family, but loves to tell, the nieces and nephews, yeah, I was in a rock band when I was in college. He's wearing a baseball cap and sunglasses because, sunglasses make you cool in 1985.
And he was wearing like one of those like Dickies mechanic jackets.
Yeah, just very, very nondescript looking. But had a good voice.
That was the amazing part, is this guy could hold a tune.
Yeah.
Just amazingly well.
And the problem with that, though, is the songs he was singing were so amazingly weird. And it was probably made weird because there was no drummer.
Or bass player.
Or bass player.
It was just 2 guitar players.
2 heavily affected guitars, a lot of chorus.
Like reverby, chorusy.
Flange even.
Yeah.
Maybe a hit of distortion, overdrive, but yeah, fucking, that was the musical backdrop. And the songs he was singing were, I tell you what, in hindsight, there are 2 of them that stand out to me. I know one of them you kept fixating on was the Ark one.
Because I couldn't figure out what the fuck he was talking about. And I was like, dude, is he singing about the Ark? Is he talking about Noah's Ark?
Yep, because you were asking about that, and then the one that we both fixated on was the creepy, when I'm on your street, make worry for me. And that was creepy enough, just him in baseball cap mode. We'll get to what he turned into at the second show later. And it just made that song that much creepier. But the one that stuck in my head, and I couldn't help it, was Resist the Urge. I mean, this is the fucked up part about it. We watched these 2 sets, both times going, what the fuck does this band have to do with sleep? Pretty well watching the clock going, are they going to be done yet? But that damn song the next day on the drive home, I was singing it, and you're like, what are you doing? I'm going, I can't help it, Chad. If I should die before I wake, resist the urge. Resist the urge.
It's very catchy.
And then I looked up the lyrics last week, and I kind of want to play it at my funeral. It's like a beautiful song.
God. Oh, my God.
Coming out of that fucking weird scenario. Yeah, the song itself is just stunning. I never died. I'm always here. Resist the urge to cry, basically. It's like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
No wonder I couldn't quit singing it. Resist the urge. And so on.
Sure, that would be...
God damn it, right when I took a drink. I about sprayed you with that, you fuck.
So I was going to say that would be a very nice takeaway from that, had that been the only show of them we saw.
Yep, because all I thought was a guy who had a band in college telling his nieces and nephews about it. Okay, he's harmless. Except for the weirdo instrument he was playing. Now, what the fuck was that thing called?
Oh, fuck. I looked this up, too.
You did? No, I'll describe it, though. It's like a little keyboard with a hose attached to it that you blow into that does what exactly?
It's like an accordion without the squeeze box part, because you have to blow into it.
Yes, I'd never seen one before, and it just looks so disconcerting. It's like, thank God I'm not on acid, because I think it would turn into a snake or something.
Well, it looked like it was a child's toy.
Yes, very much so.
First. It sounded kind of like a harmonica mixed with an accordion.
Which, and I'm kind of catching what I think the logistics probably are, but still, why?
Yeah,
Why?
so when I looked that up, it's like a legit instrument.
Yep, and he legit played it, at least the first set. The second one, he couldn't get near the mic.
Oh,
and we're going to get into that in a bit. But anyway, so yeah, Super Wolves.
After the first show, I was like, what kind of fucking drugs are these guys on?
And we were going to find out pretty fucking quick. We were going to
find out.
But anyway, so yeah, Super Wolves, I was just... Okay, this isn't like having to sit through fucking Limp Bizkit, but
all
right.
One of the weird parts is like people were into it.
Well, of course they were. A lot of the hands in the air bullshit.
I'm like a lot of people were into it. They got a good response.
Well, and that's the weird thing is they're a cult. They have a cult following, and so does Sleep. But I still, for the life of me, couldn't figure out what the fuck does this scenario have to do with Sleep.
Also,
nothing but riff.
The first show wasn't sold out.
No, it wasn't.
So that was even more intimate.
It very much was. But oddly enough, I got closer to the stage during the second set.
Yeah.
And yeah, that paid off well. But anyway, so yeah, Super Wolves plays, and it's not unpleasant, but it still was like, the fuck does this have to do with Sleep? And all I could think is just got to be a drug connection in there somewhere. I think you, on certain fucking substances, will enjoy both Sleep and these guys. So they played, and it was what it was. I have to pause here real quick, man.
Yeah, so then the Sleep show. Yep,
so Sleep's ready to board the stage, and first thing that I think it was you picked up on before I did was everybody's setting up stagehands or minuscule road crew or whatever. And I say minuscule because we looked at who was setting up the drums, and who was it?
It was the drummer.
The drummer, Jason. Is it Roeder?
Something like that.
Either way, Jason. It's like, it was a nondescript looking dude anyway, but it's like, God, that guy looks. It's a fucking drummer. Holy shit! That tuned up his own kit and everything, and then went back off stage for however long it took, and then
people were cheering Matt Pike's guitar when
yes!
Guitar Tech brought it out. And
that's right.
Like sound checked.
Yeah.
A couple chords and then put it down.
Yeah.
Like, wow, yeah, Matt Pike's guitar.
And I tell you what, in all fairness, though, they cheered Al's bass too.
Yeah.
When he brought that out, or when the tech brought it out.
Right.
Now, was that the double neck or?
Well, not both times, probably.
Yeah, but I know they cheered his bass on. And poor Jason, he can't even get cheered as he's tuning his own drums, and he's in the damn band.
Nobody knows who the drummer is.
Nobody had a clue. So anyway, was it Al the first one to come out?
Yeah.
I think it was. So Al kind of ambles out, and he's wearing, and these details, believe it or not, are important. So pay attention. He's wearing a hooded zip-up sweatshirt, zipped up all the way. Black rimmed, eyeglasses, the fucking beard of Gandalf and everything else. But that's Al. And Jason walks to his drums, and everyone finally realizes, wait a minute, that's the guy tuning the drums. And then Of course, everybody's waiting for the moment, and sure enough, there in all its sweaty, shirtless glory came Matt Pike.
Matt Pike walks out, and it's like just total fanfare.
Shit, yeah. It's like, oh, there he is, the guy, and he's not wearing a shirt.
Oh, shit, he's got his shirt off. Yeah.
So then they open.
All right, Judas Priest.
All right, Judas Priest. But yeah, so then they dove right into it. What was it, Holy Mountain they opened with?
Yeah, Holy Mountain.
Holy Mountain, and then literal notes would have helped because I don't even remember the fucking set after that.
Shit.
I know what was played. I think Marijuana's theme was next.
Yeah, Marijuana. And like I said, it's like that vinyl that I got aside from a couple songs.
Except for no Giza Butler at either set.
Yeah.
God, I was disappointed. But your rationale for it makes sense in that it's one of the more wordy songs.
If you know what band we're talking about,
that could be a problem.
Yeah, they have very simple lyric lines.
And by the second set, I think it was.
I think if they tried to play Giza Butler, it's just too many syllables.
Christ, if they tried to play Paranoid, I think they would have been lost. But yeah, fuck it. Okay, so yeah, they go into Marijuana's theme, and they did. The one thing that I was excited about was they played fucking Leagues Beneath.
Yeah, they did. They played Dragonaut.
Dragonaut, of course, was the last song. No encore. But yeah, Dragonaut, Leagues Beneath. God, what else? Sonic Titan, of course.
Yep, Sonic Titan. And I think there was one more.
Yeah, and well, the songs are also goddamn long. But okay, so let's see, Marijuana's theme, fucking Sonic Titan. Leagues Beneath.
Holy Mountain was first.
Dragonaut was last.
So there was something else in between.
Yeah,
Sonic Titan and Dragonaut.
No, it wasn't the Clarity. They played that the second set.
Right. Fuck, I can't remember. I bet it's on my vinyl.
I can't either. I'm completely lost on it now. Maybe
The Botanist.
The Botanist, yes.
Yeah.
They did play The Botanist. Wait, are you sure that was the first set? I know they played the second one because you're right about that.
Fuck.
The first set was pretty short. Maybe they just played Leagues Beneath for so goddamn long that it took that long.
Maybe.
But so they were playing during the first set was, it was solid. It was Sleep.
It was great. Very loud.
Very fucking loud.
Loud where you needed it to be.
Right.
They played well. It sounded like Sleep. Didn't sound shitty.
Yep.
They had really good sound for being a 3-piece band.
Very full.
Very, very full.
Yeah, there was nothing missing from any of it. But yeah, the one thing I couldn't help but notice, and I know you noticed, was it seemed like Matt Pike was hitting a different pedal every 5 seconds.
Yeah. That's kind of what he does.
And that's what you wanted to see was, what's his pedal board look like? I remember when you finally saw it, you looked at me, he goes, I said, well, how was it, Chad? He has every pedal known to man.
Fucking won everything on that board.
Won a fucking everything.
A ton of shit, man.
And yeah, he fucked with every goddamn one of them.
Yeah. Like different fuzzy sounds and delays and spaced out echoey stuff.
Shit, yeah. But yeah, it all just sounded like exactly what you expected. Sleep, the riff, Matt Pike's not wearing a shirt, Al's got a fucking beard like you could fucking drown in, and then Jason holding it all together. And God, that guy's a solid, powerful drummer.
Yeah.
So that was set number 1.
Fuck, it was like if the night would have ended there, it would have been great. Would have been a great trip.
But it got even better. So we see that. We vacate the premises, go walk the block and a half.
It was like a 5-minute walk, maybe.
Yep. Walk back to Airbnb, have a cocktail. As I said, no notes taken for any of this.
We decided to look up Rapey Randy and Bonnie Prince Jr.
Tried to figure out who this fucking opening group was, what they were even called. And
it's like, so this Super Wolf.
This is like one of their albums, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like one is singular and one was plural. Mm-hmm. I think this was the plural version.
Right.
So like their first one, not theirs, but the first one, was like, I don't know, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like very, very weird, like the space in between the music this guy made, and
yeah, that's like, I don't know. Even reading the Wikipedia, I couldn't make head nor tail of the person, any of them, really, to be honest.
Seems like just a weird guy.
Yeah, and we would find that out by the second set.
Yeah.
So the second set, we go up there. It's nighttime. Line's a little longer. But we still get in there. No need to go to the merch table.
So
let's get a drink.
We decided, because of the wait on the first show, that we would delay when we were going to go for the second show.
Right.
We waited like almost an hour.
Yeah.
Figuring, okay, we get in line, we should be just in time for sleep or, damn close to it, right?
Wrong.
Boy, we were wrong because when we got walking back in the venue, I said, hey, look, it's that guy. And
yeah, we thought maybe we missed it.
Yeah, it was like either he's packing up or he's getting ready to head to the stage. Looks like he's packing it up. So we walk inside, we get our drinks, we turn around, and fuck, they're starting their set.
Yep, we didn't miss it.
Didn't miss it at all.
And in retrospect, I'm glad we didn't. Because in between the first set and the second set, the two guitar players, nothing changed about them. But then the singer decided that at that point he wasn't going to wear the blue Dickie shirt. He was going to wear like this, what would you describe it as, this sheer fucking skin tight thing that Keith Flip from The Prodigy would wear.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Like that fucking Firestarter video.
Yep, Keith Flint. But yeah, so he's wearing that, and the baseball cap and the sunglasses are gone at this point.
And turns out he's fucking Clint Howard bald.
He's follically challenged, yes.
He looked like fucking Mr. Noodle from Sesame Street.
Now, see, I think he looked like Creepy Rodney from My Name is Earl.
Also that, which isn't Creepy Rodney Clint Howard?
I don't know, sir. Possibly. But yeah, fucking... No, so, I mean, and not only that, but the hair that he has is just fucking flying in every direction. He's just disheveled. Looks like he just rolled down a hill or gotten his ass kicked or something, but...
Because his eye makeup was smeared.
Yeah, that's right, the eye makeup.
He looked like he maybe he had ran to the venue.
It didn't look good.
A disheveled, I may have been crying.
Right.
I might have had to lightly jog here.
And then, as if that isn't creepy enough, as soon as they went to play one of the two songs I remembered, When I'm on Your Street, the song is called Make Worry for Me, which that doesn't help the cause at all.
No.
But right as the weirdo guitar part's starting, he puts on a fucking ski mask.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you just remembered that?
Yeah.
That was like the crux of Creepy Rodney's, the apex of it. He puts on a fucking ski mask, and not one with a mouth hole either.
Right, like he's going to fucking rob you.
Yes. And at this point,
he's coming through your town.
And he sings through the fucking ski mask. Like, just the fact that his mouth is covered made no difference to this guy, nor the fact that the people in the front row, I think, were starting to get disturbed because he's pointing at them.
Yeah.
And does a fisting motion.
Does the air fist, like, not the, yeah.
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest, but the fucking bend over, here I come.
Yep, 4 degrees warmer, stink fist. Elbows deep beside the borderline. For all you Tool fans. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing that motion. When I'm in your street. The fuck? And it looked at me like people were kind of starting to back away from the stage a little bit.
Yeah, so, like, I wonder how many people were, like, there for the second show, you know?
I don't know, but all I know is that fucking band. The guitarist, the jean jacket barbecue guitarist, I call him. Fucking,
Guitar Dad.
Yeah, Guitar Dad. He was, like, talking to the crowd, which I don't think he did during the first set.
That's because fucking Rapey Randy's mushrooms kicked in.
And that's what I suspect happened to those two bands between set 1 and set 2. I think somebody got a hold of some caps or something, because Creepy Rodney was just fucking... Creepy Rodney. I mean, just like, I was just thinking, if he goes into the crowd, the whole thing's going to disperse and we're going to have a horrible fucking incident here because he was just so creepy.
His hair can hear sounds.
Right, and it looks like he could.
Yeah.
It looked like
he believed it, and I believed he believed it.
But yeah, for anybody listening, Google Creepy Rodney and you'll see exactly what we saw. Hunched over and doing this weird gesticulating and shit. It was just
And then when it was time for the weirdo instrument song, like... He missed his cue because he couldn't get the little tube in his mouth.
Right, he kept missing that. You couldn't hear a damn thing. He was just flailing, fumbling around with it and all this shit. And then he couldn't count by the end of it. Okay, we have 2 more songs left. And I'm thinking, okay, mercy, 2. No, they were what, 3?
Yeah, 3.
I think. It's like the third one. Didn't he say 2 songs? Look at him. Do you think he knows what 2 is? But yeah, so... The mercy bullet got put into the head of that horse, and they finally left or whatever. But And it didn't even occur to me to think, if these guys are this fucked up, how bad is sleep gonna be?
Right. Because they're, sleep's like veteran.
There's mushrooms on the shirt I'm wearing.
Veterans.
So anyway, the wait happens or whatever, and then true to the last procession, Al's the first one to come out. His hoodie's unzipped.
Wearing a Pink Floyd shirt.
Wearing a Pink Floyd shirt underneath, which, okay, that's pretty on brand, but all I can think is, maybe he got hot, whatever.
Maybe got hot.
And Jason, who had just tuned up his drums, comes back to his kit, and then Matt Pike gets the roar of the crowd because, hey, he's still not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, but he took a shower, though.
The hell he did?
He had to have, because his hair was dry this time.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Maybe it did look a little less oily.
Yeah, like they probably played their set and then went and took a shower and
maybe that's what it was.
Yeah,
but I doubt it.
At least stuck his head in a fucking park drinking fountain or something.
God, maybe, but
the first set he looked like he had fucking been 12 days on the road,
right,
without a shower. And
yep.
The second set he looked a little fresher.
Yeah, I guess he did. Now that you mention it,
under the influence,
and that's where we get into. I tell you what, the star of sleep to any of us is Matt Pike, because of course he is. But no, I think Al pretty well owned the second set and the entire production because of his behavior. And his behavior, both Chad and I had the same thought, and we confirmed it by the end of it. It's like, I don't want to sound like total fanboy, but it's like he was looking at me the whole time. Chad goes, he was looking at me the whole time. I went, why do you think that is? And that's when, now if you had paid attention to what I said Al was wearing, black hoodie zipped up, black rimmed eyeglasses, and fucking long hair and a beard like Gandalf. Now anybody that knows what Chadwick Von Tippitt looks like, he was at that night wearing a black hoodie, had the black rimmed eyeglasses, long hair, and a beard like Gandalf. And that's when Chad came to the conclusion that Al thought he was looking at himself.
In the mirror.
Had
to have been.
Because he
fucked up on mushrooms, and he was just,
because
I'm playing to myself in a crowd, man.
Because the look on his face wasn't, I'm making eye contact with the fans or whoever the fuck is in my way. It was, what the fuck is going on? It just, his eyes were bugged, and he looked alternately frightened and menacing in a way, because I felt like he was boring a hole in me. I'm going,
well, we were standing pretty
next to each other,
shoulder to shoulder, pretty much.
So maybe he was boring the hole in you, but it's like he was.
I don't know. He seemed like he was focusing much of his attention in the area we were standing in.
Yes, boring a hole in it with his eyes.
Yeah, just noticeably looking in our direction.
And that observation leads to my observation on the rest of the set. Because they're sleep, it's awesome, but they were missing cues. At one point, Al stared at his microphone like it was going to do a trick during a vocal passage and missed it entirely. And they glared at me because I swear to God, he's like, this guy knows. Fuck you.
He knows. He's watching me.
I think it was during Sonic Titan, though. He just the 5 words he says in the song, and he just stared at the microphone like, I know you're here. I don't know what to do about this. Why am I looking at myself right now? Fucking yeah. So he was missing cues. Matt Pike at one point played an entire wrong passage. God, was it during Sonic Titan? Possibly Leagues Beneath, one of the longer ones. But he played an entire wrong passage, and I think
I think one of the songs was supposed to end or segue into something else because they were trying to vocal or nonverbal cue each other. You could tell. And I could tell because I play in a band.
Right. I'm in a band. Yeah, fucking.
I'm in a band. Okay.
Okay. But no. At one point, Jason quit playing.
Yeah.
Entirely, and just all 3 of them are looking at each other like, now what?
Well, they didn't stop. The other 2 didn't stop playing. But...
Well, how would you know there's so much distortion and feedback?
Yeah.
They could have just stopped playing 5 minutes prior to that happening. You wouldn't have known it. But yeah, but no, you're right about that. Al and Matt, they were riffing or whatever. The fucking one point, Jason and this happened more than once.
He definitely had to find a spot in the song.
He's just stopping, and they're like,
But it wasn't like glaringly bad.
No.
It just seemed like some, improvisation, which I could tell was.
Oh, sure.
I'm fucking lost right now, guys.
But yeah, and if you didn't know sleep, you wouldn't have known that happened at all. I listened to the Sciences fucking 5 times a day in 2020. Yeah, so I could recognize if Matt's playing the wrong riff at the wrong time. But I only really copped that because even he looked at the neck of his guitar like,
oh, yeah.
Now what?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That's
here,
what it was.
no, here's not it. But yeah, so they were clearly into something good.
Right.
And the only clue to that verbally was Al, the one time he spoke to the crowd, because he introduced the songs during the first set.
Right.
But second one, he didn't fucking say shit to anybody.
Nope, just came out and they ripped through their set.
Yep. But then right before maybe it was Dragging Out or possibly the Clarity, he stops and goes, and we'd like to thank Maggie's Farm for the bag of herbs. Yeah, herbs, Al, okay.
Herbs.
Yeah, that was the most he acknowledged the crowd. And then at one point in between songs, somebody yelled Matt Pike for president.
And he said something bad.
I ain't running. I ain't running.
Yeah, I knew he looked at the guy and said something. I just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, Matt Pike for president, somebody else, and he just kind of looks and laughs at Matt Pike laugh. I ain't running. That was what he said. I ain't running.
Yeah.
And then back into whatever the hell they were
So
playing.
second show, I don't know when you noticed, but Fanboy was there for the second show.
Yes, he was.
And he weaseled his way up to the stage.
He definitely did.
He was practically standing on that other guy.
Oh, yeah. Right there on the lip of it. Just fucking hanging about.
I almost got a guitar pick.
Yeah, that was the other thing, too, is Pike threw picks out the first set, then he threw them out again the second set, and your lack of one is a lot more dramatic than mine. I just couldn't get one.
Yeah.
So what happened to you?
One was at my foot. Bend over and pick it up. Out of nowhere, some fucking guy elbows me in the ribs and gets in front of me so I can't bend over any further.
Right.
And it didn't occur to me just to, push him or smack him or something. But he got my guitar pick. I'm pretty pissed about that.
I don't blame you. But no, speaking of pushing and smacking.
But that guy got a guitar pick, and I got the nod from Matt Pike. So who's the real winner here?
Exactly. The person who didn't bother Matt Pike like a fanboy, that's how.
I'm surprised. I bet you Fanboy didn't get the walk by.
I bet he didn't, because Matt Pike would have never gotten out of there.
Yeah.
But no, speaking of unexpected elbows to the ribs or whatever the fuck, for some reason, a pit broke out during Dragonaut.
Was that their fastest riff at the time, or
Yeah, which is all fucking
100 beats a minute.
Yep, which is slightly faster than the one riff taking an hour. But yeah, so this didn't happen during the first set, but the second one, yeah. Of course, when we're way up front.
Yeah, I mean, my foot and ankle got stepped on quite a bit.
See, actually, what happened to me was even funnier. I had a guy bigger than you get slammed into me. And this guy looked at the person that slammed into him, and nobody ever fucked with him again. Because I thought he was going to kill the guy that fucking ran into him, because he ran into me and smacked me. I ran into some chick that was next to me, and I just shrugged my shoulders sorry. And she looked like she was having the time of her fucking life. But yeah, so I look over at this fucking mountain of a man that's next to me, and I look at him glaring at the poor bastard that bumped into him. It's there was just this force after that did not go anywhere near this guy. I remember thinking, okay, Chad, no offense, I'm standing next to this guy. Nobody's going to fucking go into him again. So that was very unexpected. I did not expect a pit at a sleep show.
It was strange. I think even the guys on stage got a kick out of it. Because
Pike's going, what band am I playing in right now?
Looked at each other really?
Yeah. Well, Al had never seen a pit in his life. But yeah, Matt Pike's wait, High on Fire on tour with them next month? What the fuck is this? But yeah, so that was, I don't know, any other highlights from that experience?
Well, I noticed that the second show, the crowd was more of a sleep crowd. If
Yes.
It felt like
these are our people.
Yeah, the first show was kind of a couple of them, and
Yeah.
It was almost like they were there for Rapey Randy.
It's almost like they were there. Hey, there's a show in the afternoon.
Hey, there's something going on today.
All right, we'll watch this.
Fucking Tuesday.
Exactly. But no, yeah, the second one, that was probably what the vast majority of people like, okay, we can afford one ticket. Which one are we going to go to?
Yeah.
That. So.
Well, see, that's the one that sold out.
That's
the first time I bought tickets way back in October.
Well, there it explains it. Yeah. Absolutely, but.
Yeah, I caught wind that was going to be on sale, and I was working that weekend. So I set an alarm. I'm stopping everything I'm doing, and I'm buying tickets.
Fucking right. Yeah, because you got them, and I was like, no, I can't go. Fuck. But then, oh, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So I want to
work. That second show, that was the...
that did it.
Can't pass it up twice.
Fuck
no. Probably never going to see him again.
You probably won't. No, you probably won't. But then again, they're so fucking sporadic. They'll be like 80, and we'll be getting this news. Hey, sleep reformed. Oh, fuck, we're only 70. Let's go to Colorado.
Yeah.
Can you drive? Because I can't. Pause.
So it's...
Pause one time, man. All right, so any other thoughts on the show, I guess?
Oh, it was good. I liked it. It's one of the better shows we've been to, and
oh, for sure.
I don't have any complaints about any of it.
I don't either. It was exactly what you expected, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Loud riff, Matt Pike without a shirt on. Everyone loved it.
Yep, it was great. It was a hoot. It was a riot.
Now the Super Wolves, on the other hand,
that was something different, wasn't it? Unexpected.
Right.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
It very much is, and that's the whole mad genius of all of it, really.
You're definitely into it more than I am, but...
Well, it's... Yes and no. I mean, that's the whole genius behind it is because the whole time I'm sitting there going, what the fuck does this have to do with sleep? I don't like it. Why? Why is this wasting my time? But there must have been some subtle genius to it because it's like, there's a couple of songs that...
They weren't bad.
They weren't.
They weren't badly written. For just being two guitars and a guy...
Somehow they filled that sound out.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it was thin or weak or anything. I mean, there were probably a few songs that could use a little more texture and some possible drums or a bass or something, but...
Although the bizarre thing is, deciding to see if they had any actual videos or not, they do.
Yeah.
And I think the Make Worry For Me song had a percussion track on the video I watched.
Oh, did it?
And it didn't work. It just wasn't as creepy, I guess. I don't know. Fuck it. But Resist the Urge is a good song. I can't help it. It very much is.
It is. It's a good song.
If I should. I can't quit singing it. Just that random.
He didn't have a bad voice either, you know?
No, he could fucking sing. Just... If he had just stayed college... Guy who had a band in college, that would have been one thing. But then he became Creepy Rodney, and it just really... I don't know what it did for the whole experience. It made it memorable. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. And I think that was their opening act for all three shows they played.
It definitely was for the Colorado ones.
Yeah, I want to say they were there for New Mexico also.
Were they?
I'm not sure.
That's why how the hell anybody would even afford to travel that, let alone tour it.
Well, speaking of fucking Fanboy.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. All right, more on Fanboy, boys.
Oh, man. So we stayed back and pretty much let the place clear out.
Yep.
Because we didn't have anywhere to go.
We were trying to find guitar picks.
To find a guitar pick.
That's why we were there.
Well, Fanboy stayed too.
Oh, did he ever? First of all, Fanboy managed to procure a set list.
Yeah.
Yep. Guarded that with his life until he let it sit there for 5 seconds. And I grabbed it. I said... I looked at it, I said, is this yours? Oh, yeah. He looked like I took his firstborn child. Yeah, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine.
Yeah,
it's yours. It's a piece of paper. Take it.
Pretty protective of that.
Well, not that protective. You let it sit there for 5 seconds so I could grab it.
Well, that's because he let his guard down.
Yeah, he was too busy looking for Matt Pike.
Yeah.
Which, what was that thing you said? What does he expect out of Matt Pike at this point? You know,
fucking guitar lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now come back here. I'll teach you a couple of. I mean, seriously, like just holding on like he wanted to breathe in the essence of all of it before it all dissipated or something, or I don't know, catch a molecule of sweat in the air.
We stood at the bar for a while and we were drinking water out of that cooler. God knows if fucking.
I had that fear, Chad.
fucking bar. The bar rag dipped in this cooler or whatever.
Rag? I was afraid of somebody
LSD.
Dosing the shit.
Yeah.
That's what I thought after seeing Creepy Rodney at the second set was, there's a cooler unattended that's free for all. The fuck have they done with this? I mean, the Grateful Dead dosed the Playboy Mansion when they played there in like 69, 68, something like that. Yeah, Hugh Hefner on acid. I bet that was a trip. Oh. But yeah, fucking... I wish I meant to have done that, but no. But no, that was my thought. Was like, what the fuck did they do with this water?
But there we stood drinking it because it was hot as fuck.
It's gonna be bad enough me being on acid. Chad on acid. Also, we're screwed. We're fucking screwed. Chad's gonna build a guitar out of a fucking garbage can, and I'm gonna sit in the corner and tear my arms out. This isn't gonna be good.
Yeah. So as we're leaving. Little fanboy there is just fucking sitting on the ground.
Right.
Next to, I don't know, the guard shack or whatever, ticket booth or something.
Ticket booth, yes. On the curb.
Like, understand that the guy, like, traveled there for just this and, like, didn't get a hotel room or something. I don't know.
Well, that's his problem.
Or maybe, I don't know.
He was probably hanging about to see if he could crash somewhere.
Can I follow you guys to New Mexico?
Yeah, which is like, let's go. We're walking fast. We're not making eye contact with the guy. That's probably what he was trying to do, was thinking that he was in, like, Green Day in 1989 going, well, punk rock crash pads and shit. No, it doesn't work that way anymore.
Just weird. He seemed... I don't know. The guy was just... He was young, for one.
All right. I just felt a weird mixture of pity and contempt for him.
Yeah. It was a very strange feeling.
But, I don't know who's the winner here, but we're in North Iowa talking about the guy.
Well, it was part of my experience.
It was part of mine, too.
But I'm sure if he had a podcast, he could talk about the two fucking long-haired guys that...
Nah, he wouldn't.
Exactly.
He wouldn't.
He'd be too busy.
But we're talking about him.
Yeah. Because it made our trip interesting.
It did. But then again, the question is, are we laughing with you at you? And I think you know the answer to that.
Both.
Very much so.
But it was a good time for us.
It was a damn good time. Yeah, and
we immortalized Fanboy in our podcast.
Hell yeah. He dropped out of life with backpack in hand.
That's right.
How's those notes treating you? I'm going to guess pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad at all. Put them away, though. Put away now. All right, so that pretty well concludes the portion of that actually deals with the concert itself.
The rest was just a journey home.
Yep, and about the two most interesting things about that were, number one, the fucking fog.
Well, first,
okay, I'm going way out of order.
We went to Kuma's Corner.
I am such a dope. I forgot all about Kuma's Corner.
So we traveled to Denver specifically
for Kuma's Corner.
All right, because there's two locations on Earth. One's in Chicago, the other's in Denver.
Actually, there's like 3 in Illinois, 1 in Indiana, and 1 in Denver.
Okay.
Yes. They've expanded.
They have.
Why Indiana, I don't know, but awesome for Indiana. Well,
it's by Chicago. You're like 10 minutes away from Gary, Indiana.
No, you're not wrong. But, all right, so since this was your first trip to the corner, Chad, you got to tell the good people, what did you think of it?
Oh, it was great. Incredible food.
What'd you have?
I don't even remember. Oh, I had the Green Druid.
The Green Druid. Do you remember what was on said Green Druid?
It had bacon. It was a 10-ounce patty.
Yeah, massive burger.
And the green part of it was like some kind of green chilies, and then a maple sort of drizzle on it.
Maple drizzle on that?
And goat cheese.
Okay. Now mine, I got the sour vein, which Let's see if I can jog the memory on what the hell was all on that.
Jesus, Sour Vein, that's like a local band there, isn't it?
Yeah, we found that out.
Yeah.
Because I called it the Sour Vein, and the guy corrects me. He's like, no, it's Sour Vein. All right.
It's not French, Josh.
It's like, yeah, Sour Vein. But no, that's what he explained. He's like, yeah, they're a local band. And they have the single best burger in the fucking franchise. Yeah, because here's what's on this. It's that 10-ounce hamburger, waffle strips, Belgian waffle strips, maple syrup drizzle, whatever, raspberry. What's everybody? Fucking raspberry. How do you pronounce it? Aioli.
Aioli. Yeah.
Aioli. Yeah, raspberry aioli. I think there's bacon on that one as well, and then blackened chicken tenders. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, there's some variety of cheese on there. I requested no cheese because I don't eat cheese. And then, yeah, dry bun with no butter. But, yeah, beyond that, Jesus. It's like 3 or 4 different fucking meals in this one goddamn thing.
Oh, yeah. We definitely overindulged.
Well, shit, yeah. I had to pick mine apart. I'd say, all right, bacon first. Yeah, waffle strips are good. How about chicken tender? Oh, wait, there's a burger now? Fuck.
Yeah.
But my 130-pound soaking wet ass ate the whole damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
And wound up food drunk walking out of there.
And we had Malort.
Yeah, explain to the people what the fuck Malort is, because I still can't.
Malort is this sort of herbal liquor-ish kind of deal.
It's a liqueur.
Yeah, from...
Let's get our shit together, shall we?
Yeah, let's get our shit together. Yes, sir.
Very good. I forgot I told you about that.
I told you it's going to be stickers or something.
It is. Yeah, credit Papa Mike.
Let's get our shit together, shall we?
Yes, sir. So, where were we?
Malort. So it's this liquor based out of Chicago.
Right.
And it's, like I said, it's like kind of an herbally sort of clear-ish. Well, I think it's kind of a yellow.
It's a
they use that the wormwood in it, just like absinthe.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, it's not hallucinogenic. Wormwood. That's not legal in the United States. Maybe in Denver. But it sort of has that absinthe kind of herbal,
right?
Kind of overtone.
I drank 3 shots of that shit.
Citrusy, herbal kind of taste. People either love it or hate it, so we had to have a couple of shots to figure out if we loved it or hate it, and I still don't know.
I think my first reaction was, the fuck is this? What did you feed me? Hey, can I get another shot of that? Chad, what the hell is that shit called? Yeah, Malort. Yeah, fuck it. I had a couple of those. Then Moscow Mule, that was, of course, great.
Oh, yeah, and then I had fucking...
Yeah, what the hell was it?
I don't know. Granny's something. It tasted like pie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that strawberry rhubarb.
Strawberry rhubarb or something.
Fucking nonsense, because I had a sip of that, and I was like, that's fucking excellent.
Yeah, because it tasted like you were drinking a pie.
It very much did. But yeah, so we walked out of there. I can always speak for myself. Food drunk and fucking Malort drunk.
Yeah. Malort. Well, I like it enough that I think I need to get a bottle of it. I should have bought a bottle of it there.
Why didn't you?
I think I can get it cheaper.
Yeah, you probably.
If you're buying a bottle at a restaurant, you're going to pay that restaurant price.
Yeah, you are, and you're not wrong about that.
So,
and plus, I don't know about the. Fuck it. You could have put that on my tab and I said, fuck it, Chad. Yeah. Because Chad drove the whole goddamn way back.
Yep, the whole way.
The whole way.
Man. Well, after we went to Kuma's Corner, we took a short walk down the block.
We did, and
visited our first dispensary.
Yep. And my God, Willy Wonka. So, sativa, indica, what do you got? Well, what do you like? Because we have this variety. It's like, oh, slow down. Let's centralize this just a bit. Gummies, tasty gummies. Oh, we have this variety. Oh, slow down a minute. What do you have on special? God. I think, and we were in there like 5 minutes. I was even going, Jesus, it's just too fucking much.
Yeah, just so many things to choose from.
Yep. But the staff was very courteous.
Oh yeah,
very friendly.
Because part of their job is to
sample these wares.
know the products.
Fuck yeah.
Can you imagine that place's Christmas party?
No.
It'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy. It would probably be the calmest, most sedate Christmas party you ever came across.
Company picnic. Who wants sour diesel?
Exactly. Ooh, prickly pear flavor. I like it.
Yeah, it was cool. I should have bought a T-shirt, but they didn't have a hoodie version of it.
No, I didn't even think to do that.
it was not like your typical head shop environment.
No, it's clinical.
Yeah.
Which most of them are.
So we get there, and it's like we went into an abortion clinic or something.
Oh,
because
right, the gate.
The lady was behind, like, fucking 4-inch bulletproof glass. And we had to slide our IDs through a slot that was maybe, like, the thickness of an envelope.
Well, that's the fucking thing, is those things get robbed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
So that was the... It was weird because it was like visiting a gas station in the hood.
Right,
they talk to you through the speaker, and you pay through the drawer.
Yep, exactly. But it was very much like that in the entrance. But once you got through, Xanadu.
Yeah.
And everybody's super nice to you. You know, you had your requisite cashier, counter lady with the half blue, half frosted hair popping out of every fucking hair tie she can. And she's just personable. Doesn't make you feel self-conscious at all.
God, yeah. And then fucking the other guy was talking to me, and I don't remember what I said. I was like, man, you're awfully courteous here, or something like that.
See, I don't think I even talked to the guy. I think it's like they...
Well, that's because he came up to me and asked me what I wanted. And instead of going, well, I don't fucking know.
Well, maybe you scared the female off. All that beard.
Maybe.
All that sobriety.
It is intimidating.
Well, the fact that you were drunk on liquor and not fucking sour diesel.
Right.
But yeah, so that was fun to walk through, and then headed back, and about the time we got to Nebraska, about the one interesting thing that happened was the Gummo gas station.
Oh man, the Gummo gas station.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know Gummo, Harmony Korine, just look it up. I'm not explaining it to you.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
But it backwoods, very...
It didn't seem that way till we got into the gas station.
Right.
Because we pull into this town.
Yep.
And it seemed like there was stuff.
Yep.
Like not the backwoods of America.
There was civilization.
Yeah. Like a lot of different things. And so, of course, I don't know, we just randomly pulled into this gas station to fuel up and use the restroom.
Grab our sundries and everything else.
So I go inside, and one of the bathrooms is out of order. They only have one, and there's a line.
All right. I missed the line. I was too busy fueling, I guess.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck, I'm not going to just sit here and wait for the line. I'll take a lap around the store or what have you. And as I'm taking a lap around the store, I start to realize slowly that we are in fucking Redneckville, USA.
Oh, yeah.
Like your brother's cousin's aunt kind of backwoods.
Where the women drive the pickup trucks and the Trump stickers are prerequisites for any purchase.
Oh, man. It was something.
Well, I'll tell you what, they sure are making America great again, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, at least we have a material to talk about.
Right. But yeah.
No, they were scraping the gene pool in this particular gas station.
Well, a bit, and it all came down to the cashier. That poor guy. The fuck was his name? Because I caught his name and I don't remember.
I don't know. Was it the... It wasn't the one that... No, that was like a Sinclair we stopped at where that weirdo guy...
Yeah, that weirdo guy is who I'm talking about.
Oh, no. That wasn't the Gummo gas station. That was just the Sinclair. Like, we didn't...
Okay, Sinclair was kind of like an extension of it. But no, you're right. That first one, where the guy had the red hair or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah,
dyed red hair. I felt fine then talking to him. It's like, okay, this isn't going to give me any static. And I think hey, I really like your tattoos. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got some nice work there as well. I'm sure the salary's paying for that. Fucking.
Well, that other guy that was he talking to you about tattoos or me?
Possibly both.
I can't even remember.
You have them on your hands. They're impossible to miss.
Well, I know where my tattoos are.
Well, right, but not anybody who doesn't know you is going to, unless you have them on your hands the way you do, see?
Yeah, so, I don't know. The Sinclair guy, he was like, he chatted you up quite a bit.
Oh, that's right.
And then you went outside, and because I was still trying to find a souvenir to buy my kid.
Sure.
And I was like, well, shit, I can't find anything. You know, like the name tag, the name keychains.
Right.
Just other people's names.
Yeah.
So, as you went out, this guy started talking to me. And I'm pretty sure he started talking about my tattoos, but I couldn't tell you what it was. But
yeah, I kind of queued that
It was just
because he got on me about mine.
Weird chit-chatting. Like this guy doesn't socialize with anybody outside of his job, kind of a weirdness.
Oh, very much so. And there's no way to build a lasting friendship when you're in an interstate town and you're talking, and those are the people
I'm telling you, this guy probably, either escaped from a sex dungeon or has one of his own.
I think he wishes he had one of his own. I think that's where he's at. In a town of that nature, that area, probably either a duplex he lives in or probably...
with his mom or grandmother.
I would say grandmother's basement, I think.
Grandmother's basement.
Yep, he's got outfitted. Probably smells real musty. There's a jerk-off station in there somewhere. Probably wishes he had a sex dungeon. And wishes he had
that
friends.
would probably going to turn into a sex dungeon once he kills his grandma.
Yeah, but no, see, these people are very family-oriented, not in that weirdo way, but it's like, he'll protect his grandma. He'll take care of his grandma.
Yeah, okay, fine. She died of natural causes, and he's gonna have the Norman Bates deal.
Nah, I don't know about that. I think he'll bury her, then take over the house, and then go completely insane, because then it's not another person in the house. You don't even have to talk to said person. But if there's literally nobody, and it's just you, trust me, I know about that kind of isolation. I've lived it. Only I had a habit, so I kept myself sane that way.
Right.
But either way, you go nuts. You got to have companionship.
Well, he does when he goes and works his 6.5 hours at the Sinclair.
And that's why he's talking to people like us about tattoos.
And whatever weirdo shit. I don't know. He was talking about sunshine and the clouds and all sorts of other stuff.
He likes nice weather.
Perhaps he does.
He does. There's no perhaps. He very much does. It was a nice day, and he made that clear. I enjoy the nice weather. I enjoy talking to people. I think you're probably a perfectly normal person, and people don't give you a chance because you decided one of your points of conversation was going to be tattoos, and now you scare people off. Poor bastard.
That wasn't what scared me off. It's fine when people ask about my tattoos.
Well, what scared you off or gave you concern? I doubt you were scared of anything.
No, just the talking about sunshine, and it's like you have a happiness that is almost a darkness.
That's a naivety. It's it's a naivety at best, or as you said, it's a darkness at worst. John Wayne Gacy was a fucking clown.
See, that's what I'm thinking. A John Wayne Gacy kind of nice but weird, and you just kind of have to tolerate the weirdness.
I think this guy's a bit more benign than that.
Think so?
I think he's a chronic masturbator. I think there's a lot of that, probably in the restroom in the gas station even.
Wait.
But I don't think he would have the balls to actually...
By which scientific method are you judging this man on chronic masturbation?
The fact that he's very fair-voiced. That he was very timid. He would not have the balls to approach a girl.
So,
he would not have the stones.
So he's an incel.
Yeah, no, he's not as hateful. He's accepted his lot in life, is the thing. Incels have not. No, this guy, he's accepted that he's meek, if you will, shy, whatever, will never have the stones to talk to a girl, let alone initiate anything like that. So
he had the stones to talk to us.
Yeah, but we're guys with tattoos. We're not a threat to him. We don't make him nervous.
How do you know guys with tattoos didn't fucking flush this guy's head down the toilet
I'm
every
sure
day?
They did plenty of times. That was the only way he could acclimate, by getting tattooed. Hey, I'm one of you now.
Oh, look at me.
But no, back to what I'm pretty sure his habits are. He's just very shy, very nice, very unassuming. And has accepted that. That's what it's going to be for the rest of his life. But hey, man's got urges, doesn't he? So he's probably chronically doing that. Good for him. At least he found his release.
Chronically.
And what is chronic anyway? I guess I don't even know.
Happens frequently?
Yeah, but who decides what frequently is?
Well, I know who decides what the chronic is.
Who?
Dr. Dre.
Nice.
I'll see my way out.
All right, Dr. Dre. Fuck, man. Oh, that's... Did you just give your first official dad joke on the fucking podcast?
It's possible.
I think possible. I think that's what it is. You totally dad joked me because I didn't see it coming. But as soon as it happened, I rolled my eyes and went, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Okay.
But I didn't really, because being a dad, I thought, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, well.
Now, had I been 25 years younger, it would have been, what? Or, who's Dr. Dre?
Who's Dr. Dre?
God. You out fanboyed just there. Well, not really, because you're pretty...
Did I, or did I just parody fanboy?
I think you inadvertently did, and mercifully got us off the topic of chronic self-pleasure. Which is even better because I was starting to creep myself out trying to define what's chronic, what's frequent. Dr. Dre, shut up, Josh. New topic.
You know, it's because he's a doctor.
What?
9 out of 10 doctors agree that what chronic masturbation is. I don't know.
How's that double banana treat you, Chad? This is as good as Gene Simmons in the Dr. Pepper commercial saying, "Trust me, I'm a doctor," because he wrote a song called "Calling Fucking Dr. Love."
Well, I trust that he's Dr. Love.
Why?
Because it's fucking Gene Simmons, man.
Well, you're not wrong, I guess. Did we have a point to any of this? Because I think we both fucking lost it entirely.
No, there's no point. This is just the goofy shit that happened to us on the road and our recollection of such events.
That's how bad it was, too. Dude, my voice was so shredded the next day. Fucking, I was calling people like, what the fuck is the matter with you? I don't know. Me and Chad just laughed the whole goddamn way back. About what? Sex dungeons? I don't know what the fuck you two got into.
Just at random, we would just be like,
leave me out.
I'm coming to your town.
When I'm in your street. I couldn't get the stupid songs out of my head at all. Fucking God randomly singing Resist the Urge, which I still do now. And nobody knows. And even that, if you think about it, is a real creepy way of saying "Don't mourn my death." Resist the urge. The fuck are you talking about? What does that possibly mean?
Well, I think it's on brand for Rapey Randy.
Well, yes, creepy Rodney would very well tell you, resist the urge. Fucking no, I'm resisting you, you fuck.
Man.
Oh,
what a road trip.
That was a great road trip.
It was awesome until the fog set in.
All right, and then we cap off our road trip with the fog.
I've never driven as long in the fog ever.
This was ridiculous.
It was like hundreds of miles worth of fog.
It was interstate fog. It went from Nebraska to Iowa.
Yeah.
And every time you think you'd have a break in it, fuck no.
And that's right around the time all the fucking semis decided to do goofy shit while driving.
And that's where I'll say here and now, I salute our 18-wheelers, man. These people, I couldn't do this job. I wouldn't have the stones, I'll fucking admit it. In fact, I'd say probably the most high-anxiety situation you could ever put me in, aside from flying a fighter jet, would be having to drive an 18-wheeler. I just wouldn't do it. Fuck it, fire me. I'm not starting this goddamn thing. How do you start this fucking thing? Yeah, no, forget about it. I salute you 18-wheelers, and that's not fucking sarcasm.
Just remember their mantra. It's not cracked, bent, or broken.
Fucking, I don't care. Fucking. But no, these cowboys, they were passing us.
Holy shit, were they doing? You would have thought they were like light SUVs, the way they were driving around, weaving in between shit.
I think the mentality was, I'm in an 18-wheeler. What's the worst that can happen? You should fear me. When I'm on the interstate, make room for me.
Yeah, okay. Resist the urge.
Resist the urge. And then meanwhile, fucking Chad's fucking Zen master over there, and I'm in the passenger seat going, dude, why are you going 50?
Like, well,
you sure you're all right?
Speed limit's like 75, and these semis are going fucking 75.
Give a fuck, let him go around.
And fog, you can't. I can see the front end of our car.
God almighty. We added another like hour and a half.
Yeah.
2 hours to our fucking.
It was so thick in some spots, you had to slow down to like 40.
Fucking arrival time. Look at the GPS. It just kept going up. Well, all right, we're about 20 minutes from Mason. The fuck, we're like 40 minutes from Mason. How the hell? What the fuck? Where are we? Fucking God. Yeah. It was about a fitting end to that whole fucking fiasco.
Oh, it was bad. The last stop we had to make, I couldn't even find the place.
Oh, right. And that's where I got the elusive snow globe.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and the fucking cashier boy, God, he looked annoyed they had to open the fucking display case or whatever the fuck.
At 4 o'clock in the morning or however early it was.
Well, imagine his reaction to, you got these two disheveled, road-weary looking fuckers, both of them long-haired, one of them with a massive beard, the other one wearing hip-hugger bell-bottoms. He probably thought he was on acid. And here's this whack job asking for a fucking snow globe in April. Fuck is the matter? What did I do? Where did I go wrong?
We couldn't have been the weirdest.
Well, no, it's all interstate
that
travel.
rolled in. Yeah, because it's one of those truck stop kind of areas.
Right. But no,
I did notice that gas station had Tesla chargers.
That's right. You pointed that out.
I was like, that's fucking weird. We're way out here.
And that's where we got in the big discussion of, we're pretty well fucked as far as gas prices goes, aren't we? And yeah, we goddamn are.
They doubled since we took our trip.
This is ridiculous. I had to fill up my car on the credit card today.
Oh, man.
Because my bank account looks so anemic, and it looks anemic because everything has gone up. Food and fuel. We're fucked. And it's going to be a nice economic collapse. In fact, I tell you, it was the missus was telling me about this documentary she watched years ago revolving around what would happen if gas hit $5 a gallon. Well, here we are.
Here we are.
And it's exactly what that thing predicted. People are going to travel less. Employment's going to be a problem because people can't afford to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine it making 2 weeks on one tank of gas. Do you live out of town?
I've come close.
Yeah.
Except for, the whole, if it were for you and your podcast. But yeah, fucking, no. It's, no, and that's the whole thing is he never gave a thought to, I got to drive another 10 miles today. No big deal. Now I'm thinking, all right, I could drive the other 20 miles round trip today. But I've got stuff I've got to do tomorrow. And I don't get paid until next Friday. These are not things we should have to worry about.
No shit.
But we do. We fucking do it right in time for me to buy a Dodge Charger. Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, well, at least it's a nice car.
It's a nice car. It got us to Colorado and back.
It sure did.
All right, so we got any other thoughts on the matter? Any news, liner notes, anything at all?
No, I don't know. Did I watch anything new? I watched, I can't remember what I watched. I finished that Dave Grohl book.
What'd you think?
No, it's pretty good.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
He seems like he's a great guy.
You can't not like Dave Grohl.
You can't. He's such a great guy to be, famous, too.
Right. Although, did you watch any of the videos in that link I sent you this morning?
No, I didn't. I was trying to grill my breakfast.
Fucking man's man. You probably slaughtered the cow yourself.
I didn't. It was.
And you sound disappointed as you say it. I didn't.
It was smoked eggs and potatoes and some breakfast brats I got from the grocery store.
Which is absolutely true, but I still can't help but hone in on, you probably slaughtered the cow. I didn't. God's like asking me, Josh, did you stop at the grocery store? I didn't. Well, did you slaughter the fucking cow? I didn't. Well, what good is it then? But no, did I watch, listen to, do anything different? Did I? Oh, no, wait. Double banana. But yeah, fucking, no, the link that I sent you, I was looking at the set list from Net Guns.
I read the little bit of an article, so I gathered that it was Guns N' Roses and Axl sang a AC/DC song or something.
The set list was what impressed me. They played Coma.
Oh, yeah?
Live. Coma, they took Reckless Life off GNR Lies. And, there was another one. Walk All Over You was the AC/DC song.
Right.
Which I guess Axl never sang when he sang with the band. And, oh, God. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna. When Axl sings in a lower register, it fucking sounds awesome. It's obvious as tours progress, he's trying to conserve his voice. Which is smart. But it's got that Mickey Mouse sound to it.
Yeah, that's the only way he can hit those. Constricted, sort of falsetto-y.
Well, sure. And, all credits Guns N' Roses for not tuning down at all. At this point. That's pretty impressive. Even Ronnie James Dio, at the very end, tuned down a bit when he was singing his solo songs. But that was like he was in his 70s. But yeah, it's just like, Okay, so the Guns N' Roses you're used to is, that fucking screech or whatever. Axl ain't doing it now. And it's
or
just
if he does, it sounds like a very bad Mickey Mouse impression.
Yes. And that just kind of makes me just kind of sad.
Yeah, well.
Because it's enough that Guns N' Roses is like a fucking 9-piece band now. That you got Duff and Slash, awesome. You got Axl, okay, great. So it's in a way, in my opinion, as I view it, almost like a cabaret act or something,
Yeah.
That was supposed to be this edgy street thing that we talked about in that podcast.
So it reminds me of, like, when you go see older bands, like, they have more and more members. Like, if you see, like, Clapton on stage, there's, like, an organist and 2 other rhythm guitar players and backup singers. Sure. It's like Skynyrd, but even more so.
Right, and that's the whole thing about it. Yeah, okay, so what have I watched or listened to or whatever? That documentary I told you about.
That Skynyrd one?
If I leave here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've watched this thing probably 6 times in the last month because it's just so... Well, it's incredible. It really does feed the almost religion of Skynyrd was fucking great, because they were. But there's so many funny moments in that damn documentary, and almost all of them revolve around Ronnie Van Zant being fucking drunk. And they're funny in hindsight because I could watch this or I could listen to this, but I didn't live this, because living it probably would have been fucking scary as hell. I mean, I guess one of the stories, so many great stories in that documentary were, actually the first one was Artemis Pyle, the drummer.
Yeah.
He talks about one thing, they were going over the montage of 70s craziness, and he says they were in New York City doing a photo shoot, and he'd copped some acid. So he's tripping balls in New York, and him and Alan Collins, the guitar player, are sitting at a table, and a monkey roller skates up to the table. And sits in Alan Collins' lap, and Alan Collins hands him a bottle of Jack Daniels, and the monkey just upends it. And the way Artemis Pyle says it, okay, I'm on acid. A monkey just roller skated up to the table and is drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels, and Alan's looking at me with this big toothy grin. I'm good. And you can see the pictures from it where they show Artemis. He's got just his eyes bugged out in one of them. Like, the fuck? And the next one, he's holding his head in his hands going, get it together.
This can't be real.
I'm good. Well, really, put yourself in that position. It's bad enough you're in New York, okay, which is always busy, and then a monkey roller skates. Let's just dine on that. A monkey roller skating, and then handed a bottle of Jack and upended it. And there's a guitar player. If you ever saw Alan Collins, long, crazy hair and a big, toothy grin, on acid, going, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. So I fucking laughed my ass off just at that part. But then there were so many others. When, again, talking about Ronnie Van Zant and just how he would get fucking mean. Now, if you ever watch footage of Skynyrd, like some of this live footage of them in the 70s, especially the shit in England, there's one of them playing the Old Grey Whistle Test, this old music show, where they play Freebird, right? And it was when it was just Alan and Gary playing guitar. During their big guitar solo moment or whatever, he grabs them both by their shirts and marches them forward to play their solos.
I've seen this.
Yes! And then at the very end of it, Ronnie, who hasn't sung for 10 minutes, marches back up, grabs them by their fucking shirts like they're 5 years old, and pulls them back. But they don't miss a goddamn note, and they don't even have an expression on their faces this is happening. It's just, well, Dad's dragging us back. But then, them at Nebworth, where they opened for the Stones, they had the one rule that they weren't allowed to go onto the ego ramp or whatever. Well, you watch just Freebird. The first thing you'll see is Ronnie walk across stage during the musical intro, guzzling a magnum of champagne. Just fuck it. Then they do their thing. Now, keep in mind, they're stoned off their asses when this happens. And also fucking drunk, but... So they play Freebird, it's great, and Alan Collins starts going into his big solo, and Ronnie looks at him and waves him up. It's like, come along. And Alan gives him a look like, what the fuck? Because he's like, we're going on the ego ramp. And Gary waves over to Gary, and Gary doesn't even break expression, just fucking follows him. Because as you find out, he beat the shit out of Gary Rosington more than any of the others, period. Just for no good reason. Just beat him up. But yeah, so they follow him out there, and Ronnie's just like, yeah, so. And then they do their things, and he waves them back, and they follow him back like good little school children, and then they're doing their big finale, and at one point you see Ronnie make the cut motion across his throat. And the fuck if you didn't see every member of that band just go right to him, and then they wrapped it up. Like I said, he hasn't sung for 10 minutes at that point. He's just standing there directing traffic. And then he does that cutthroat motion, and they're like, all right, done.
Time to end it.
Yep. And it all boils down to my favorite scene from that whole documentary was Gary Rosington talking about how Ronnie would be a Jekyll and Hyde when he'd drink. And he'd say, in his Gary Rosington old Southern, I've lived the life voice, and we'd be doing interviews, and or we'd be drinking, and Ronnie'd be laughing, they'd drinking again and laughing, and he'd say, now let me ask you a question. How the fuck are you gonna get out that door? And then you got Rosington's face like this look of abject fear, just at even telling this story. But I always laugh at that because I can't imagine that poor guy in the middle of that interview having a laugh with this good old Southern boy. Well, let me ask you a question. Oh yeah, sir, what do you got? How the fuck you think you're gonna get out that door? The fuck do you do in that situation? You have a look like Gary Rosington had him.
Buy another round, I guess.
Really quick. Oh, God, he tells him about getting his hands slashed in Hamburg, Germany, just because Ronnie got drunk.
Yeah.
And he just talks about it like just an old story. And then Ronnie got in one of his bad moods. Yeah, one of his bad moods. He busted a lamp over, or a fucking bottle over somebody's head, grabbed your hand, said, you're never going to play guitar again, slashed your wrist. And wrap him up and go on stage. I did fight with Ronnie all the time. It was terrible. That's the most you have to say about that. It was terrible. Not this guy beat the living shit out of me for fucking 8 years, and I took it. I think they're all still kind of scared of him in a way.
Yeah.
It's like he's been dead since 1977, but don't make him any less frightening. And that's what I loved about that documentary more than anything. Is like, it's no exaggeration to say that was his band. He ran that shit with an iron fist, and if you got a line, he beat the living fuck out of you. And they all just took it.
I watched that, what was that? I'm going to fuck up the name. Much Hawks.
Oh, Such Hounds, Such Hawks.
Such Hounds, Such Hawks.
Yep,
whatever.
The stoner rock documentary.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It was. And, of course, you had Wino there, who was the true Renaissance man.
Yeah.
The fucking stoner rock icon who's discussing how him and his wife came to an agreement that he'd watch the kids while she went to work. I thought, yeah, where do you find one of those? But then the damn thing is he's growing peppers in the garden. He's taking care of the kids. He's like a real family man. It was kind of cool.
It was really, really weird to see, like, like that scenario. Then it's like, well, I got to go on tour.
Yep, exactly.
see you in 3 weeks. I got to go on tour.
Oh, yeah, for sure, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Like, that's his vacation from his everyday life, is going on tour.
Right. But you know what I forgot to do during the last podcast?
What's that?
I forgot one point, and Jeremiah brought this up to me because he listened to it, the Foo Fighters one. He said, dude, you didn't do the Saturday Night Live thing. I forgot all about that. Did you ever see the clip where Dave Grohl was talking about how they punked Christopher Walken?
I don't recall.
Yeah, fucking Christopher Walken was hosting Saturday Night Live one of the times Foo Fighters played. And anybody who listens to this has got to know how Christopher Walken talks, you know?
Yeah.
He, like, gets rid of all fucking pronunciation, or all fucking,
punctuation.
Pronunciation.
Adds it in weird spots.
Yep.
Or
That was a great track, guys. What's the problem? So he went up to Dave Grohl and asked him, he said, okay, so I have to announce you guys, is the emphasis on Foo or Fighters? Why would you ask Dave Grohl that question? So
it's the Foo Fighters.
No. So Dave Grohl says, well, actually, the emphasis is on Fighters. So then, of course, I've been looking for a clip of Walken actually saying this. I can't find it, but Dave Grohl does the perfect impression of him. Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters!
Well, the funny thing is, it's like...
There, Jeremiah, I did the Foo Fighters thing.
I don't expect any less out of Christopher Walken.
No, because it's like he would fuck with it anyway, probably.
Yeah.
But how would he say it if he said it correctly? Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. But no, the Foo Fighters. And then when you watch Dave Grohl do it, you have to watch him do it because his eyes get all bugged out and he does the eyebrow thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. God, I must have watched that clip 200 times in a row, just dying laughing about it. But then it was an interesting theory about that because I was talking to Jeremiah about that later. I said, I wonder if you could do that with other bands. And Jeremiah is just a cut and dried guy. He goes, no. And, of course, I'm not going to accept cut and dried. I said, dude, you mean you couldn't do that with any other band's names? No. Why not? Because, no. So, and the fuck if Jeremiah wasn't right. I spent the whole last 2 hours of the shift trying to come up with different ways to do it, and none of them worked. Come on, what about Fleetwood Mac? No, doesn't work. What about Soundgarden? No, you sound like an idiot. Stop it. Oh, wait a minute. There's got to be one. How about? Well, how do you normally say Pearl Jam? Well, you emphasize Pearl, so try Pearl Jam. No, none of them work. Quit trying to make it a thing. Shut up. You're annoying me. Yeah, so how the fuck? All right, Jeremiah, you were right. It only ever works if you're Christopher Walken emphasizing fighters. Beyond that, no, it doesn't work at all. And like a moron, I've been trying to figure out how to do this with countless others. Like, you can't do it with Black Sabbath even because, you're going to say Black Sabbath, right? No, Black Sabbath. Unless you're announcing them. There, Jeremiah, fucking Black Sabbath works. Only you have to be like announcing them. Black Sabbath. Or Judas Priest.
All right.
Judas Priest. There you go. There's the winner. It's not Foo Fighters. It's Judas Priest. We about done with this shit. This nonsense.
It can be done anytime.
I think we probably
we beat the horse dead.
And what great horses. Well, let me ask you a question, Chad. How the fuck are you going to get out that door?
How the fuck am I going to get out the door? Don't walk, asshole.
Let's get our shit together, shall we?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. On that happy note, this is Joshua 40, the Hardaway Lee Johnson.
Chadwick Von Tippitt.
For one more.
Last time.
Asta.